All right, everybody, welcome in. I am WCA3 Chief Meteorologist Kevin Leidy, coming to you here from the WCA3 Plus studios here, tracking a little bit of severe weather here for you tonight. So let me know where you guys might be watching from here this evening, as we are tracking some severe weather, severe thunderstorm warnings, mainly due to some hail on the storms that you see here on your screen. Again, let us know where you guys are at here tonight. Would love to hear from you. And give us the chat saying that you guys are able to hear us okay and no issues here. Sounds like we've got folks here from Decatur, Sullivan, Hoopston, Charleston. All right, Atwood. All right, guys. Hopefully everybody can see and hear us okay. Set up here. Wow, look at the light show happening there in Pontiac. I just want to show you the storms that are happening out here in some areas tonight. Kind of the big picture. So here's Pontiac. Look at that. Actually, that's Bloomington. I'm sorry. Here's Pontiac. That storm that's coming in there, just a ton of lightning up there on the storm. And we switch that on and you can see it there. Just quite the light show ongoing up there in Pontiac right now. As a matter of fact, what we'll do, let's just take that and show you that here on the main screen. Just watch the lightning. That's going to be Effingham. So we're going to come over here. So we're watching some storms down in Effingham a little bit earlier. But now we want to show you Pontiac and bring that full screen. And just look at the constant lightning on the cell coming into Pontiac here. And then we're going to be tracking for you some of the severe thunderstorm warnings, but just look at how constant the lightning is up on our storm there that is just about to move into Livingston County, or is in Livingston County, but moving more into Pontiac here as we speak. Also the Bloomington area getting ready to get hit. Might be some winds in that. And then the storms that we're tracking to the south into Macon County, Moultrie, and Shelby County are mainly due to a hail threat. But there's your lightning showing up with our Pontiac storm. So we'll continue watching that. Let's bring it back to the radar. And we'll tell you what we're seeing here in terms of the potential for any severe weather. Hey, Tony, you are welcome. I'm doing good, Tony. Here to keep you guys informed, indeed. So we've just got these little cells that are all popping up, and I got to tell you, they're just all going to be on the money for getting possibly some hail. Pretty good chance of some hail in these storms here tonight. So no surprise that these storms are going to be doing that, just kind of given the atmosphere right now. It was a nice and warm day. And now we've got a couple different storms. So let's track a few of them here. Little hail core. So this thing might be coming towards Sullivan. So if you're in Sullivan here, between Findlay and Bethany, I would be on the lookout for some hail. Again, the tornado threat with any of these storms is relatively low. So we're not really looking at that, but we definitely are going to see a good chance of some hail in the storms here. So when these storms come through, let me know kind of, what you may be seeing. So this is a huge, this warning polygon does stretch pretty far off there to the east. And northern Coles County, so Humboldt to Arcola and to Douglas County, Tuscola, Arthur. But to be honest with you, the most severe part is just this hail core. Because what we're seeing here is just a hail threat as of right now. I'm not seeing wind in there per se. So mainly just looking at a hail threat on that storm. So that storm there is moving off there to the east. Let me get the movement on it. Ooh, wow, it's moving quick. 55 miles an hour. All right, so I was going to try to draw a little path. And again, we're just going to do it from kind of the core of that hail there. And moving at 55 miles an hour. So somewhere and along within this here is where that storm is going to go. Here are your times of arrival for some of these cities. So Findlay in the next few minutes. Sullivan, down the line, Arthur, Charleston. So if this storm would kind of stay on its path, that's generally where you're going with this. Okay, so let's bring you back to our other storm. So that's the one in Shelby and Moultrie County. And then we got this guy. And again, I got to tell you, I mean, they're popping up everywhere too. So I mean, they're just literally getting going everywhere tonight. So here's another one. Actually, I'm almost two. The one towards Mount Auburn now has kind of got a little bit more of a hail core there. That's going to be riding along I-72. And yeah, that thing might be coming into Decatur. So let's see if our Decatur camera is showing. Oh, I forgot our Decatur camera is down. Took a power hit from a previous storm, so we won't be able to get that view for you this time. Okay, so there's our storm. I mean, just look at any one of these might eventually start to produce something. I mean, like this. Here's a little cell just popping up west of Champaign now and over near Bonneville. So there's a little guy right there. And then we're watching this big line up here. It's just going through Pontiac now, and you're seeing that show up there on the radar. Okay, so we're up here doing some live streaming. We've got the 10 o'clock newscast coming up. Here, let's bring the Pontiac camera full. Jacob was out in the storm tracker earlier doing coverage for all of the dust, right? And now we're kind of transitioning over to the severe threat. There's Pontiac. Ooh, just heard a crack of thunder here at the station. Ooh, that shook the building. Oh, man, that one shook the building. So, yeah, the lightning, pretty good here. There's Pontiac. Did anybody else just hear that thunder in Champaign? Anybody else? I felt like that rumbled. That rumbled a bit there. Natasha. I think Natasha. What in the world was that? I wasn't ready. Yeah, that thunder there. Like I said, that little cell just popped up there on the west side of Champaign. So there's Pontiac. They're getting it pretty good here right now. Yeah, sounds like some others heard some of that thunder. Let's see where that thunder was, right? That was a loud one. The rumble. Let's see if we can try to find that lightning strike. So our radar does a really good job. So we're going to come back into Champaign right now and just find that one lightning strike and see exactly where it was. Oh, so it looks like it would have been right there, close to 72 or Highway 10. And here we can make the lightning bolt smaller so we can kind of position it all the way down. Yeah, so that lightning bolt was right there on the west side of town, but must have been a good one because that thing rumbled. That thing rumbled a bit, didn't it, folks? So there we go. Okay, so again, I mean, just look at the radar. I mean, it's littered with storms, and they've all kind of developed here in the last hour or so. Look at that. It was like boom, and all the storms are just going. That was a loud. I mean, the building shook here, and again, I'm not usually always up here in the kind of the top level where our WCA3 Plus studio is, but it was shaking a little bit here. That's for sure. All right, so we've got the storms here. Let me see. So I'm going to see if I've got Jacob now. Let me see if I can pull in his. Okay, there's his camera. So we've got his feed up. So Jacob's going to be there. You know what I forgot to do? I forgot to bring my mic and all of that here. Let me see. So we might actually have Jacob. Let me double check here. OBS 1 input. Okay.
Hi, Kevin.
I think I've got Jacob.
Yeah, hey, Kevin.
I got his
I can
feed
hear you. Can you
here.
hear me?
I'm going to. All right. Maybe I can hear him through these headphones. I think I might be able to. Jacob.
I can hear you, Kevin.
Oh.
Hey, Kevin. I can hear you.
Okay. I can hear you. There's a bit of an echo. I'm not sure if I'm just hearing it or if.
Yeah, I heard the echo too.
Okay, it's echoing.
Maybe I didn't hear it that time. Nope, I heard it that time.
Okay, what about now?
Hello, mic check. We're in Gibson City right now. Double echo there.
Oh, how about now?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10. That sounded better. Did it sound better to you?
I think so. If I did it right.
Cool.
I mean, if the people can hear you. All right, so maybe I
Hey.
remove the echo.
Oh, I just saw another big lightning bolt down towards Champaign there.
Okay. All right, so here we go. You guys can hear me okay, and can you hear Jacob? And a no echo with Jacob now.
That's the great part about digital streaming, Kevin, is you can get instant feedback from folks. They just slip a comment in, right?
Exactly. All right, there we go. People say they can hear him now. Sounds good. See, listen, here's the thing, with this, new era of stuff, we kind of become the producer, director, camera, audio, everything up here. So we're just kind of learning it as we go.
And it's really unfortunate because we're only half right, Kevin. So we're wrong half the time on the stream stuff, right?
Yeah, exactly. Well, we got this little cell coming into Champaign. So are you up in Gibson?
Well, I was sitting at Mom and Dad's, having a little visit with them, and just waiting for these storms. And I texted you, I think maybe 30 minutes ago, said something better happen because I was eating so much dessert. And finally, we started seeing lightning, and I'm going to turn the corner here. I'm out on the west side of Gibson right now. Quite an electric storm off to the north and east. It's that line coming in from Bloomington towards Pontiac and Fairbury and places like that. And I think you can see me kind of backing up into place now here. Good storm. You can also see there's kind of a flat but high base on that there. That's the leading edge of the shelf cloud, but again, it looks kind of elevated at this point. And from radar analysis, the outflow boundary is kicking out a little far ahead of it. So that may keep the severe threat down a little bit. We'll keep an eye on it here. Certainly going to be some gusty winds. What's in front of me is different than what you're getting down in Champaign County, Decatur, places like that, Kevin. This line probably going to have more wind, maybe some small hail. Those other little cells, that just seem like they're more hail producers. I did get a message about some quarter-sized hail at about 8:30 in Lovington, and then down in Clay County, there's been some hail there. So more efficient hail producers south, maybe a little bit more wind here to the north and west. This direction you're looking at now on my camera, Kevin, is west. I'm going to turn it a little bit more. I see a lot more lightning off to the north here. If I look north towards Colfax and Fairbury and places like that, so I just turn the camera a little bit more. But I keep looking to my left, and every so often I see a couple of bolts of lightning from those little individual cells. Probably from the direction of Monticello for me, it looks more aggressive with lightning to the south. But then every now and then I see that little Champaign cell drop a little bolt of lightning as well, Kevin. So about the time you said, oh, did anyone hear that? My wife texted me and she said, then he heard that and thought it struck him, and he jumped up and went running around. So I think that might have been one of those positive CGs, positive lightning strikes, right, Kevin?
Yeah, probably was. Anytime they do something like that, that's usually one of those ones. And it always makes you go, okay, what did that thing hit? Because Yeah, you get the rumble like that, kind of shaking things. That was definitely probably. Oh, actually, you know what? Oh, I wish I would have looked that up. I could have looked up if that was a positive or a negative strike. Let me see if it's still there. It might not be there. Try to come back to it.
Are you still able to hear me, Kevin, while we're searching that?
Guess what? Yes. Yes, I can hear you. And guess what?
All right, so I don't know if you can see in my.
Get,
What'd you say?
I found that lightning strike, and it was a positive lightning strike.
Just the aggressive
Yeah.
rumble that.
Correct.
Everyone heard that sudden jolt. So hey, I don't know if you can see. Do you remember a few weeks ago when I was over at Mount Pulaski? And the lightning was flashing, and I saw something a little bit ominous. Watch the middle of my screen. Are you able to see anything?
Yeah.
In that when the lightning flashes?
Yeah.
So there is some dust that is kind of getting kicked up. Now the good news is that this is a different situation. That's not going to be a tornado like it was Mount Pulaski and Seymour night. But I'm not surprised to see some of these outflow winds kicking up some dust here ahead of that, and it just caught my attention there. That's going to be looking northwest from my location, so towards Colfax area, I think, Anchor, in that general direction. So I just saw that, I thought,
Yeah.
This is kind of nice, though, because I recall that night, Kevin, there was almost no lightning, and you could barely make things out. No shortage of lightning with this one here tonight.
Yeah, I think that's what everybody keeps commenting about is the lightning with these storms is just prolific and it's constant. So yeah, you're definitely able to kind of see things a little bit better than that one night. But yeah, you can definitely tell. So again, those are going to be those outflow winds coming off the leading edge there with that rain, cold air, and it kind of kicks the winds up pretty good. And given today we had the dust storm stuff with 45, 40 mile an hour winds. And so you might have some 50 mile an hour winds there. And, with just how things have been, because you'll get the wind first and then the rain. So you don't get the rain to kind of tamping down the dust just yet. So you're going to have that first initial kind of push with the wind, and then the rain will come in and kind of settle it down. But yeah, you can definitely see it there in Jacob's shot. Just look kind of low to the ground, and you'll see that little cloud of dust that's kind of getting kicked up on the leading edge of that line of storms that's pushing into the Colfax area right now.
I was having a little deja vu saying that for a second, but a little bit more obvious today, I think, that we're not dealing with tornadoes, whereas Matt Pulaski and I could go, something is going on here. Not as favorable here, but certainly with all that dust blowing, you're right. A little bit ominous and able to see a little more clearly here. There's nothing really above it that's spinning, nothing really obvious in place there. And it's kind of diffused out maybe a little bit here. But for a little second, I was like, hey, look at that.
Here we go again. So let's see here. Sorry about that. There we go. Storm coming into Decatur right now. Downtown, probably going to get some hail there. Let's see what the chat's saying here. Pull up the old chat. Looks like there was a little pea-sized hail at Carl Hospital, says Carly. Little hail in Chatsworth. Yep, getting those hail reports. Yeah, anybody over in Decatur, be curious what you're getting over there in Decatur right now with that storm that is coming in. So a few different areas of severe. I mean, these things are just popping up all over the place. I mean, there's one coming through Decatur. I mean, there's another little hail core there, Booty. The warning that's south of that into, going to be pushing into, what is that, Moultrie, and eventually maybe Douglas and Coles County. And then this whole little bit more organized line, that's starting to kind of take a little bit more of an easterly movement on it. So nothing on that line is currently warned on the McLean County, Livingston County stuff. Quite the light show, indeed, but not warned for hail or wind. That one does have a characteristic of showing more wind, while these other storms down here in Macon and Piatt and Douglas, these all have a little bit more of a hail core to them. Small hail west end of Decatur.
I got some.
What you got?
Got some half-inch hail in Mowequa. Just checking my messages.
Yeah, that was the first storm that popped. I posted that when that first storm popped. It was right over Mowequa, and I was like, there might be some hail in there. These are just some classic hail producing storms. Getting some pretty cool lightning pictures from some people. Be careful out there. You don't want to get hit by one of the positive lightning strikes. I'll just tell you that. If you do get hit by lightning, if you ever have to get hit by lightning, which I don't recommend, but if you do, make sure it's from a negative strike and not a positive strike. I'll just leave it at that.
Thanks for the clarity, Kevin.
Yeah. No, I mean, like, if you ever watched the movie Twister, when Dusty says, I'd like to get hit by lightning once, see what it's like. Very bad hail in Sullivan, says Allison. I'm not sure what very bad hail means, but I got another hailing bad in Sullivan. Bad hail. Everybody's saying bad hail in Sullivan. Wow. Okay. Well, once it is safe to do so, we would love to know the size of that hail. Obviously, don't go running out there and trying to measure it right now, but if you have a report, so that what will help us is the fact that we can pass that along to the National Weather Service. The hail size reports matter to them, and it verifies what they're seeing on radar. So if there's a way to get hail size, and to be honest with you, we don't really care too much about pea-size hail. It's really quarter size and bigger. And maybe, just as a reference, if it's penny, you always want to reference it to some kind of an object like a coin or a ball if it's that big. But if it's just pea-size hail, I mean, fine. But usually, like, the reports they care about are usually going to be like penny size or bigger, nickel size, and then definitely quarter size and above. Brianna loves the Twister reference. We could be best friends. Hey, I'm friends with anybody who's a fan of the movie Twister. So again, let us know. So I'm getting. Oh, so Stephen, are you thinking 1 inch hail? So quarter size hail, 1 inch. Just some confirmations there from anybody else, but we got another hail in Oakwood. So again, what you guys can do to help us out is once you're able to somehow getting at least a reference size of the hail. The hail reports are great, but they largely help us when we know the size that hail is, and then we can tell the Weather Service what you're seeing in your area. Okay, Bill said had some pea, but then turned into about 3/4 of an inch, so Some penny size hail. Rabbit is good, rabbit is wise. Got some dime sized hail in Decatur, says Alan. Just trying to look and see what shows the best hail core right now. Actually, I would say, the Sullivan one probably is the best one. Out of all of them right now. Quarter-sized hail in Lovington. Was that earlier? Because it hasn't stormed in Lovington.
It's about 8:30.
Yeah, that would have been earlier.
5 or 6 pictures coming of that.
Okay, yeah. I was gonna say that would have been earlier. Becky likes this, quote, chill weather chat with Kevin and Jacob. It's the chill weather chat.
Hey,
Well-
stick around and see what happens after midnight, right?
Yeah,
Kevin?
exactly. By the way, don't let me miss the 10 o'clock newscast. I'm up here in the podcast in our studio here, and I just get into this, and I'm just kind of and I forget that, there is a whole newscast I have to do downstairs at 10 o'clock, so Jacob may have to keep you guys occupied during the 10 o'clock.
Entertained.
Yeah. Although we do,
Different things like that.
although Jacob, for your reference, and nobody else will understand this, but we do now have all of the controls up here to be able to switch between here to production switcher if we ever do have to
Yeah, that's true.
swap things now.
I'm kind of snaking my way a little bit more north here, Kevin, just to kind of get a more of a vantage point. The lightning makes things easy to see, and still kind of seeing the dust get kicked up, but nothing. One, storms are elevated. It looks elevated. It's not low to the ground, and two, it's more just kind of being turbulently tossed rather than spun around. And so, just on the other side of this house here, I was seeing that dust get a little bit closer, and thought I'd just drive north a little bit. Otherwise, I'll probably start to move back to the south in time for the news, and maybe have an update for you in the newscast at 10.
Boy, you got it.
Plan on using me, or
You got a cool, yeah, for sure. You got a, oh man, that view, just that lightning as you're getting like closer there. I've got your camera on the full part of the screen here, but every time you get some of them lightning.
Yeah, the shelf cloud itself is starting to
Yeah.
encroach over the top of me here in a few minutes. It's getting fairly close, and so yeah, it's pretty high up, so I'm not worried about tornadoes tonight. But
No,
see what kind of wind we get from it here. Just pull over right here on the side, a little bit of a pull out for me here. We'll take a peek.
yeah, you can see the
Actually, there's some nice striations in the shelf cloud as I look.
Yeah, you can see the nice outflow boundary also showing up on radar now too. So that wind that's going to kick things up. Oh yeah, that was a nice little. That's a nice little one. Pat says sonic boom thunder in Allenville. All right, so there's Jacob's view.
Cell coming in Mount Zion looks pretty good.
Yeah,
So, well, okay, Sullivan just had some hail probably as well with that little core.
yeah, that Mount Zion.
Those cells look pretty decent down there.
Handful of warnings here in effect. All of these are for hail. Quarter size hail at max, most likely. Actually, those of you watching us, Shelby, thank you for tuning in. Katie says, amazing lightning show in Thawville. Michael says, Fairbury had a little bit of pea-sized hail. Lauren says, quarter-sized hail, Sullivan.
Yeah, I see some of that. That might be their second quarter-sized hail in an hour and a half. From 8:30 to now.
Brianna is here for the Twister references.
Oh, I did tell my mom. You'll love this, Kevin. My mom was like, "Oh, so you're coming up here to Chase?" And I was just there. I go, "Food,
food."
So it worked out well in my favor. We had chocolate chip cookies. She was making some broccoli cheddar soup. Having a great time.
Chocolate chip cookies.
Grandma McGee's world famous recipe. They're pretty good. Just so you know, it's 9:46, Kevin.
Yeah.
I'll turn the camera down a little bit here, Kevin. So at my location, you can see the grass starting to wave a little bit here. The outflow wind's ahead of it. I would roll my window down, but I'm afraid that maybe a positive bolt would get me instead of a negative. Maybe I'll just stick it out. Yeah, can smell the rain coming from it. Nice cool breeze kicking out. Storm tracker temperature actually dropping pretty good here too. So we're down in the mid-60s right now. We were in the mid-70s earlier. Although I don't know if I looked between the last half hour, but getting that cooler breeze and seeing that outflow winds kicking out. No raindrops yet, but that probably happened in a minute. So I'm going to spin around and head back to Gibson City and plant myself there for the 10 o'clock news, Kevin. And we'll keep having some digital fun, and you'll be on time for the newscast, and all will go well.
Good, okay.
Actually, some of that dust is kicking up where I am now. I can see.
I was going to say, yeah.
The farm lights are kind of muted, and it's not the rain. It's the dust kicking up there. So not quite like earlier today. Boy, some of that dust earlier today I was impressed with. Whew.
Kick the dust up. I believe that was a Luke Bryan reference. Kick the dust up. You're going to get Twister and music references here, folks.
You know, I could go sit by the drive-in for my 10 o'clock, see if we get another reference in there.
Yeah. Only if The Shining is playing.
Probably not like that, but... And if recent memory has it, storms seem to have a target for Gibson City.
Jeremy said, had some hail, a little bit of going Sullivan. Sounded like my roof was coming down. Again, multiple little individual small little hail cores in so many of these different little cells that have kind of popped up here tonight. A lot of lightning, a lot of folks talking about all of the lightning strikes. Pull up all of the lightning there. And we can come over here and ask, all right, how many lightning strikes? We'll do this and we'll do that.
New warning as well.
New warning. Taylorville. 63 lightning strikes on our little storms down there. And then up here, with all of these storms from McLean over to Ford and Iroquois. Livingston County, 208 lightning strikes. Katie. Took a picture with you at the premiere of Twisters at the drive-in in Gibson City. They still talk about it. Kevin, do you know what happened May 22nd, 2011 in the weather? Yes. Yes, Timothy. Yes, I do. Joplin.
Somebody asking about May 2011?
Yeah. Asking if I knew what happened on that day and weather. Yes.
Gee, what happened, Kevin? Weren't you part of that day?
Yeah. Gabrielle says this thunderstorm is, I will replace the word, ticking her off because of the Chicago airport is shut down.
Oh.
Guess maybe they got a ground stop or something. Is that really? Is it storming up there?
Maybe it's one of those flights trying to connect to Champaign.
Oh.
You have some experience with that, don't you, Kevin?
That I do. Here's an interesting comment. Feel like the storms here as of late have been pretty crazy with lightning. Also, I love the fact that there's a WCIA reporter with the same name as me. Would you like to guess which reporter?
What's the name?
Well, this is where you have to guess.
Reporter? It is a reporter?
It's a reporter of ours that also has the same name of this person that's in the chat.
First and last name?
First and last name.
Really? I'm going to guess Derek.
No.
But I happen to think maybe Jordan Baker. That's my guess.
Ooh, that's a good guess too. But like, to be honest with you, you think about it, these names are Derek and Jordan and this other one. They're common.
I don't think it's Amanda Brennan. That's a fairly unique name.
Nope. He's working tonight.
More?
It would be one Tyler Hill.
Oh, yeah, that's a pretty generic name, too. Yeah, it's like the reporters all have fairly normal sounding names, and then, you come to the weather team and, well, we'll just leave it there. All right.
Gosh, all these. I mean, like, I don't know what the Weather Service is going to do because, like, you got all these tiny little these little tiny cells that just keep kind of popping up. Are they going to keep warning on them all? I mean, oh my goodness.
Blanket polygon.
So yeah, if you're in Fisher,
some of the raindrops here in Gibson.
I'm gonna say you should have had that. Should have had that outflow just kick through. If you're in Elliott, the wind will pick up here soon, and Bellflower. Eventually, Fisher, that little outflow boundary, you'll sudden gust of wind will just pick up real quick.
Ooh, crap.
What'd you do?
Well, the crossing gates weren't down, but there was a train coming in. It was a little close.
What?
I think he's parked there because there's. Oh wow, that's a big lightning strike time. because looks like trains kind of lining up in town, because one's taking off north. There's some sitting on the west side, and I think the engine's just sitting there on the south side. But I was like, oh.
A lot of people complaining about how loud the thunder is. The thunder is too loud.
All right, 9:56, Kevin.
9:56. Yes, Priscilla. Kevin, time for the 10 o'clock news. It's 9:55. Don't forget. Listen, I appreciate all of you out there, too. Look at all of you out there looking out for me so I don't miss the news. Actually, it's 9:56. There's a slight delay on the stream, I think, for people. So, yeah. So, Jacob, would you like for me to just kind of... do you want me to leave you up, or should you tell me what you want me to do?
Well, that might be nice to hear your live updates as well.
You think I
so
should?
You can switch downstairs, I think, maybe even.
I'm gonna say I could.
I'll have you in my ear, so.
Okay. So I think what we're gonna do is
Getting a little hail.
Getting a little hail. Oh, no hail.
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay. All right, folks. So here's what I'm gonna do. Oh. I can feed the newscast in here. But it's gonna be black for a second. So I'm gonna feed that in here, and then we'll get back to you guys here in just a little bit. Hopefully you'll see the newscast here in just a second, or in a couple minutes.
Jacob, checking to make sure you guys can hear me. Mic check 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Thank you.
This is your WCIA 3 forecast first, sponsored by Route 66 Solar and Roofs.
Well, we are tracking some severe weather tonight. We've got a line of storms pushing into Iroquois County right now, Onarga, right along I-57, back down to the Gibson City area. And then we have multiple counties with some severe thunderstorm warnings, mainly due to hail. You can see here, basically between Moequa and Assumption. And Moequa, you've already had some hail reports earlier with some of these storms. All of the storm activity is continuing to kind of move off here to the east. Now, any one of these cells going to have the potential to bring some quarter-size hail. We've had already reports of some quarter-size hail in the Sullivan area with the storms that came through earlier. So we're tracking that. And this line up here to the north that may be taking a little bit more of a wind component. We'll have to watch out for that. And we'll check in with meteorologist Jacob Dickey. He's out in the storm tracker here tonight. He's been following things in terms of both the dust from today and now the storms that are out there. And you'll see his view right there on your screen. All right, we'll come back with more as WCIA3 News starts right now.
You're watching your local news leader. This is WCIA3 News at 10.
What you're looking at is a school bus making its way through dust storms earlier today. Good evening. I'm Kelly Finley. Brandon's off tonight. The driver says she was midway through the drive with close to 70 kids on board when dust began to kick up. And with nearly zero visibility, she said she had to do her best to get students home safely. WCIA3's Tyler Hill is here in studio with us. Tyler, you spoke with the bus driver today. That weather shifted pretty quickly.
And Kelly, that's right. Jennifer Garrett is a driver for the Blue Ridge School District. She tells me it was the worst conditions she's driven through in her nearly 20-year career. She says it kicked up midway through her rural route, making what's normally a simple drive a scary one.
I've driven through blizzards and tornadoes and you name it. I've never seen anything like it.
Jennifer Garrett says she was in Farmer City when it began to look cloudy. Then she stopped by the village of Mansfield and headed towards Illinois Route 136.
We got about halfway down it and you couldn't see anything.
The dust storm began to cover every part of the bus, inside and out.
I had a full bus. Dirt was coming in all the windows. It was in my eyeballs. It was everywhere.
She says she turned on the flashing lights and took her foot off the gas, letting the bus idle on the road.
You couldn't see somebody in front of you if they were stopped, which was why I just idled, because there's nowhere to pull over and you can't just stop in the road with 70 kids on a bus.
Almost as quickly as it started, it was over. Garrett said the weather added an additional 30 minutes to her bus route. But thankfully,
every kid got home safe.
Next up, cleaning her bus and getting ready for Tuesday's pickup.
I carry baby wipes and I went to wipe my face off when I got off the bus and it was black. It was disgusting. There was dirt everywhere, caked up, and I just cleaned the bus on Thursday.
Garrett says although she does have to put in some extra cleaning time, all that matters is her students got home safe and sound. Kelly?
Very scary moments there. Thank you, Tyler. At times, that dust storm reduced visibility so drastically. State police stepped in to close off portions of US 136 in Champaign County and all the way to McLean County. Let's go ahead and check back in with Chief Meteorologist Kevin Leidy for more details. Kevin, so today's storms compared to other dust storms in our area, I've got to say, I was driving in that and that alert took me by surprise.
Yeah, you know, we've kind of come to the conclusion that any time in the spring, this time of the year, if we get over 40-mile-an-hour winds, you're probably going to see something similar to this when the fields are kind of in the condition that they're in. And this was video that a viewer sent to us here along Route 10 near Lane, where the storms were coming through, or that dust storm was coming through. And look at that visibility. I mean, yeah, there's a road there somewhere, folks. I know you're just like, that doesn't look like anything. But sure enough, it was. Then we also had somebody that sent in a picture along Monticello Road. Okay, you can see barely pick up the white and the yellow lines there. So here's the thing. Compared to maybe what some of the previous dust storms were, we didn't seem to have as many accidents. And, you know, maybe that is a result of getting those warnings out and letting people know your phone was going off. But again, you know, this is just kind of the time of the year where we can get this. And all this was caused by the wind. Yes, a lot of people also said, well, I don't understand. I thought we were out of the drought. Well, yes, but we can still have some of that dust and topsoil kind of get picked up when the storms and when wind and things are kind of coming through. So, speaking of storms, that's our view there in the Gibson City area. Seeing quite the light show here tonight. Still have some warnings out there tonight, but we're not too concerned about tornadoes, which is some great news. But boy, the light show with all of these lightning strikes has been pretty amazing. So kind of a weird day. First it was the dust. Now it's the severe thunderstorms. We're tracking it all for you, and we'll have more throughout the night.
I appreciate that silver lining that you're pointing out. Thank you, Kevin. After multiple shootings this weekend, the mayor of Danville is speaking out. This after one person was killed, 6 hurt in 3 separate shootings. Mayor Williams says this violence overshadows the hard work of groups like the Boys and Girls Club and Project Success and others that are working to help young people deal with conflict and away from these situations.
Devastating whenever anyone is harmed. And the frustrating part, I think, too, is that this weekend we had so many amazing things happening. Unfortunately, we have a very small percentage of people who continue to make poor mistakes and harm each other, and that makes the rest of us scared. And it's not acceptable, and it will not be tolerated. We will do everything that we can to make sure that we bring these folks to justice so that the victims and this community can have peace.
According to Danville police, 23-year-old Dominic Cotton has been arrested in the shooting near the Save-A-Lot grocery store on Main Street. He's facing 3 separate charges. All of them are listed right there on your screen. The other 2 shootings, they remain under investigation. In response to those shootings, community advocate groups and family services organizations are providing resources to families who have experienced similar tragedies like those that happened over the weekend. Project Success staff say they are available to help and point people in the right direction.
Also have a whole violence prevention family outreach program within our organization, and we work to connect parents and families to resources, and if they've been directly affected by violence, we will refer them to different programs that provide funding to help families in those situations.
If you would like more information on Project Success, we have linked their contact info to our website, WCIA.com. A 17-year-old in Macon County has been sentenced for attempted first-degree murder. Last August, 25-year-old man was found laying in the street with a gunshot wound to his chest. The victim says he was on his bike when he was chased by people on motorbikes after they accused him of stealing his dirt bike. The victim recovered from his injuries and identified Brendan Ford as the shooter. His father, 36-year-old Drew Ford, is also facing charges in this case, which includes aggravated battery. Brendan was sentenced to 16 years in prison. Immigration enforcement was front and center at a roundtable in Champaign today. Nonprofits from across the state were there, along with Congresswoman Nikki Baczynski and Urbana Mayor Deshaun Williams. They talked about recent false social media posts and possible ICE activity in Champaign-Urbana, and how to move forward, and how to support immigrant communities during similar situations. Last week, we told you federal agent activity in the area was not immigration related, I should say. On to our next story, as Champaign's Parkland College is launching a new program to help students prepare for careers in healthcare. Take a look at this. Students ages 16 to 24 are eligible. The pre-apprenticeship program will teach foundational skills and help students explore job opportunities. Students will also become CPR certified, learn how to take their patients' vitals, and explore the legal considerations of the industry. Parkland officials say they hope this program will help reduce barriers to entry into the healthcare field and give younger students early access to educational resources. More health news to tell you about as newly released data from both the Illinois Department of Public Health and the State Board of Education is showing that rates for most school-required childhood immunizations rose slightly compared to last year in Illinois, while nearly all of the vaccines on the list exceeded the state's 95% coverage goal. The only vaccine which did not see an improved immunization rate compared to the year before is hepatitis B. To find out more information on this story, go to our website, WCIA.com. After a visit from an American Legion member, you're going to hear how a school in Vermilion County received new American flags. Plus, some U of I students are trying to make delivery robots more of a possibility on campus. See what they're working on. That's coming up a little bit later in the newscast. Weather-wise, I mean, it's been a little bit of this and a little bit of that throughout the day.
Yeah, we had rain early this morning, and then we had dust storms in the afternoon, and now we've got severe thunderstorms here tonight, and lightning off to the north, hopefully on cue. Yeah. Oh, I tell you, you can't make that.
Wow, that was a light show.
That was a bolt right down there through the middle of the screen. Goodness. All right. Yep. All right. We're tracking the latest with the severe weather and what to expect. Before you go to bed tonight, don't go anywhere. It's coming up.
I'm turning back around to go west. I'm heading back towards Elliott. I think I'll get better lightning for the hit.
Now, Central Illinois' most accurate forecast with meteorologist Kevin Lighty.
Watching quite the light show with our storms here in Champaign, but we're looking up to the north, and so that's we'll go ahead and take that full, and you can kind of see what we've got there. Again, we caught that lightning strike just before we went to break, and so you can see campus there on the right, and then that lightning there that is just, I mean, been prolific and across the sky. Now, the storms that we're looking at up here to the north in Ford County are not considered severe, but they have a ton of lightning on them. You're getting a nice little gust of wind, and so we're going to come up here real quick, and then we're going to go to Jacob here in a second because he's kind of up here in the Elliott area. So you can see there's Gibson City, Paxton, and right there in Elliott. And when we come on and we switch on the lightning, look at all the lightning strikes that are with that storm as it's kind of coming through. And so he's out there in the storm tracker, of course. He was tracking dust earlier. Now he's tracking the storms for us. And Jacob, constant lightning, it seems like, up your way.
Yeah, Kevin, that's right. We've had some pretty big thunder boomers close by, and we're continuing to see that here. We'll see. Maybe we've had several lightning strikes that have been driving the area right in front of the car, and so been seeing that. Earlier in Gibson City, I did have a little bit of small hail between Gibson City and Elliott, not severe. Also, some of the wind gusts 40 to 45 miles an hour, but for the most part here, it's a good soaking thunderstorm. We'll take it given the dust has been blowing around earlier today. These storms have been a little bit windier, but I know other storms, Kevin, have had a little bit more more hail with them. I'll let you talk more about that. We'll continue to watch these storms up here and keep an eye on things for you in the Storm Tracker. Just outside of Elliott, I'm meteorologist Jacob Dickey. Back to you.
Yeah, storm ran pretty good there from Elliott, then up to Arnarga there and along I-57, Watsika. Those of you tuning in there. Again, right now, none of that is severe. Okay, it's a good thunderstorm. You're going to hear some loud thunder. We come back down here and look at these storms that are down into Moultrie County and Shelby County. These have had a little bit more hail in them. Some reports in Sullivan, some quarter-size hail earlier. Now, you may be asking, okay, what direction are these going? Where are they going to be heading? Well, here's kind of a loop over the last 45 minutes. See this line here? Basically moving off here to the east. So Edgar County, you're going to get on this a little bit more, off and on there into Coles County. And then we kind of show you this view up here to the north. That line continues to kind of dive to the south and east. But we're also watching, look at these storms here that are just starting to fire off. Those have become severe thunderstorm warned. So we'll have to eventually start to watch those as they possibly push into Logan County later on, maybe a portion of Sangamon County. There is that severe threat. I just want to tell you this, if you're watching this tonight, the tornado threat extremely low tonight. So while you may not have to worry about that, you're probably going to hear that thunder and lightning. We had some loud rumbles of thunder. We already had some people talking earlier when we were doing our live stream, which again, we're still streaming. It's kind of how we do things here is if there are warnings, we're streaming on we kind of started that stream about 9 o'clock when some of the first warnings came out. And then we had to come down here. We're still streaming up there. I'm getting ready to pop back up. So we kind of do this bounce back thing between the TV thing, the online thing.
You're everywhere.
And we're just kind of doing it all here. But so Jake's in the Storm Tracker. We're going to switch things back to our coverage there. But it's hail and some wind tonight and a lot of loud thunder and a lot of, heavy rainfall and bright flashes of lightning. But the tornado threat really low, so nothing compared to what we've had.
Any correlation with the same areas getting all that dust with now seeing all that lightning?
No, not necessarily, but the rain is good to help, hopefully, tamping down that dust a little bit here because it was a little scary out there earlier. But again, don't worry too much here tonight. If you get scared, you want to know what's going on, go on the stream and we'll talk you through it.
And he answers your questions.
We do.
Yeah, thank you, Kevin. Developing robots for everyday use is getting us closer to the future. You're going to learn about a robot being made at the U of I, which is helping with deliveries. That's coming up. And at one Central Illinois school, new flags were donated today. Find out why they're heading to classrooms. Coming up next.
Okay. I'm back. Can you see me? Can you hear me? Let's see
I can
here.
hear you.
Is Jacob back with us? Jacob?
I'm here. Can you hear me?
There he is.
Mic check 1, 2, 3, 4.
Mic check 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Back up in the studio. All right, where are you at?
I'm heading west from Elliott back towards Gibson City. So I was thought about going to Paxton, but instead I might stake my way down back towards Farmer City and just keep myself in play for the storms out west. And yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking here at this point. Been good thunder, good lightning. Had a little bit of small hail, some nice gust of wind. Nothing significant with this. The lightning's really impressive with these storms, and that's whether there's some of the anvil crawlers you sometimes say they crawl through across the sky, or some of the CGs even have been the cloud to ground lightning strikes have been pretty impressive with this, Kevin.
Yeah, dude, watching the lightning from Champaign. I mean, because we're not getting anything here, so we're just looking into your storm, and the amount of cloud to ground strikes that we're seeing, I'm like, whoa, there's a lot of CG going on there with those storms. You're seeing it probably more just lighting up the cloud, but like we can really see the the full stroke coming all the way down.
Yeah, it looks like to me that it's south of Route 9 is the most lightning at this point, and then back towards the Paxton area. I don't think I'll be able to see much of what's going on up in Onarga just from a vantage point with the rain and storms, but I would say that, that leading edge of the storms is where most of the activity is, and that's kind of kicked south of Route 9. I actually am seeing a few bolts, though, to the south and west of Gibson City, and I'm trying to think about how far that might be. I don't know if that would be storm activity towards Clinton or even further than that, but you know, kind of very close to the horizon, I can see a few little bolts there. So we'll see. But it's one thing, Kevin. We've had some storm chases in the spring where I think back to April 17th, all those tornadoes came on through, and the lightning was almost no help. Tonight, there's plenty of lightning. There's just no tornadoes, and that's a good thing here. But you can see what's going on with lightning. Lightning kind of, you know, is the eyes to what's going on with the storm structure and how it looks and reveals what's going on. So it's good to have that lightning, and it's confirming to me that, yes, there's some ominous low cloud cover, but nothing concerning at this point. So that leading edge is probably kicking on through Rantoul, Mahomet, Thomasboro, places like that, that little shelf cloud. You'll probably see that on the camera before long, too, at the studio or at the stadium, Kevin.
Yeah, we that storm just kind of coming into Rantoul now, and so yeah, starting to definitely see that light show a little bit more. And you can see there off in the distance, look at the lightning there that's really showing up. So we're definitely seeing that here to the north. Again, it's kind of like two areas. It's really interesting. You've got this kind of one that's kind of been centered in Shelby and Moultrie and Coles, Douglas County, and then this other one that's mainly been to the north, and then kind of Champaign's wedged in between both of those.
Feel like you're missing out?
I'm missing out here. Although we got that loud clap of thunder earlier.
That's true. I might just jog south from Gibson City and head back towards Mahomet. Then we'll see all the lightning bolts in front of me that's over by Fisher. Because there's been quite a few CGs I've noticed to the south of me, and so it's fun. It's kind of nice just to drive during a significant severe weather, low pressure.
Yeah.
Just kind of having a little more fun here, but yeah.
Getting to enjoy the storm.
Now I don't have to work too hard.
Yeah. Getting to enjoy the storm there a little bit more. And not have to worry about, am I about to get hit by a tornado?
Yeah, that's been a theme this spring, it seems like.
Nicole says hail outside of Ludlow.
Be curious in size, but wouldn't surprise me because we had about a half-inch hail in Gibson City when it came out there. It wasn't much. And then there was some penny-sized hail up towards Onarga earlier I saw as well.
Those storms back out there to the west look to be some of the best-looking ones now that are over there towards the old Mason City area.
Trying to decide, should I go to Farmer City or Mahomet? Depends on, I guess. I'd see more lightning going to Mahomet, and then I could go at 72 west. But it'd be more direct route to Farmer City.
Yeah, it's up to you.
I'll just go.
Is your are you
I think the Cases is open late there too.
Oh, there you go. Is your are you broadcasting your location?
Should be. Yep, I see it on mine.
Wait, where are you?
Gibson City.
Okay, it doesn't seem to be updating. It has you in Champaign. I don't think that's right.
I got 10:24 p.m. I can see on radar scope it's populating there.
Well, we might have to try to fix that. No, folks, here, this is mainly a thunder, lightning, and a little bit of hail show more than anything. I'm going to come back here to my champagne camera because I think it's looking, the lightning on it's looking pretty good. Let me just kind of adjust this camera a little bit.
Temperature's down at 53 right now in the storm tracker.
Wow. Got a new warning. In Moultrie County again. All right,
Round 3 for Sullivan, I think, right?
Man, right? Ooh, man. All right, so got the camera here now, panning around Champaign, looking to the north, starting to see a little bit more of that shelf. Constant lightning. Look at that. That is a light show tonight, people. Just starting to see some of the no, folks, not seeing anything. And then Logan County also, they're backing on with that Mason City storm for some of the hail. You tell me, guys, would you rather watch the tower cam, weather camera here with the lightning, or do you want me to kick back on the radar there? I guess I can, let's see. Can possibly do one of these. Let me see here. Oh, do I gotta do that? Newscasts always get in the way.
That'd just pull you live from up there.
Oh, I should. All right, guys. So got the radar up there, top left, Jacob shot, middle left, me down here in the bottom left, weather camera looking north from the stadium, Memorial Stadium. Look at that. Look at those constant cloud to ground lightning strikes that are ongoing with our storm here. Again, guys, I'll have to jump down briefly here in a couple minutes to do my last weather hit. Then I'll pop back up here with you guys, but we'll just leave this up while I go run downstairs to do the weather
Are they
hit.
still gonna hear me?
Yeah, they'll still hear. I'm not going to change anything. Just going to leave it.
Oh, cool. We'll start telling stories about you, Kevin.
Yes, you'll have about 3 minutes to tell stories about me.
I need about 30.
Gotta say, where do you begin? Man, I'm not gonna lie. Like, this is one of the better lightning shows that I can remember in a while. Like, being able to see it clearly, kind of off from the distance. kind of coming in, and just constant lightning.
And it may miss Champaign too to the north, right?
It's
for that next round
it's
comes.
kind of, yeah, it might, unless it like tries to back build at all. I mean, it's been kind of back building a little bit there. Strangely, like just straight south, like off of the outflow boundary, and it kind of grew south of Rantoul there. And Thomasboro, it's coming in there. Betcha it's quite the light show, Rantoul to Thomasboro right now.
Yeah, I can see the gas plant over by Fisher from here. It looks clear from me at Harpster down to that. Then I can see the lightning of storm south of Champaign, to be honest with you, Kevin.
Yeah, correct. By the way, did my Cubbies just come back and win in the 9th on a homer? Get out of here. 2 homers? No. My Cubbies just came back and won it 5-4. They were down 4-3 going into the 9th. How about it? Didn't get to watch a single bit of that game. They had a rain delay up there, too, because of the storms. Oh, I better go. I got to do my hit downstairs.
All right, well, Kevin's running off, folks, and you're stuck with me, I guess, for a few minutes here. Kevin's doing the final forecast on WCI 3 News at 10. I am driving on Illinois 54 from Gibson City heading towards Farmers City. You can see the sky cam as well, and the radar is up. Currently, just have only a handful of warnings out there. We've got Moultrie County. Looks like another storm coming in from Bethany and Sullivan. That Sullivan, I think, has had 2 rounds of quarter-size hail tonight, so maybe they're getting a little bit more out of that. And then, let's see, storms out west, Logan County towards Mason County, and then up into Cass County, kind of coming off from Havana and Beardstown up towards Delavon, and just northwest of Lincoln there, New Holland, sliding to the east, mainly going to be hail. The tornado threat just not there tonight. You know, you can never say never, but the threat for us is pretty low. I think the better chance to squeak out an isolated tornado would have been in the daytime, but at this point it just seems like it's mainly some outflow winds and some hail, and storms have produced some quarter-sized hail. I think we had some half-dollar ping-pong ball-sized hail in Clay County, south of Effingham earlier, but continue to kind of watch things there. So, nice light show. I know I've had a lot of folks message me and say, man, the lightning has been something else. So, that has been something else to see there. So, you can leave a comment if you want. I can't see him. I'm driving. I'm just basically on the phone talking like you would. But when Kevin comes back, everyone in the comments now just type something like, man, that's such a funny story about Kevin, or I can't believe Kevin did that. If y'all help me out with that, when he comes back, then he'll wonder what we talked about. So everyone just type something in like, that's a crazy story about Kevin. I can't believe that, you know, blah, 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 blah. Help me out with that, folks. So time now is 10:33. Kevin will be back here in a minute or two, probably 90 seconds. And I was actually down this way earlier on 54. From the dust that was blowing on through, there was part of US 136 from Route 54 and then back towards Fisher was closed because of blowing dust earlier today. There was no accident, but they just proactively said, nope, no visibility, we're shutting it down. And they closed that in McLean County there. That's the only road closure that I know of from dust early today. And I ended up making it up this way, and some of that dust was pretty impressive. Even on the interstates, 74 at the rest stop there, past Farmers City, dust was pretty impressive there as well. So, and now, again, get those comments in about Kevin's stories. I'm rolling into Bellflower now. And I don't remember remember it's dark now. I can't see it. If anyone's watching from Bellflower, the other thing is, I always remember Bellflower had the neatest sign as you came into town from the north and east there. It basically was a sign like, happy birthday to these people. And the town kept track of people's birthdays and they posted it on their town sign, which was pretty interesting. I always remember seeing that growing up. I don't think I saw it coming on through, but it's dark and it's been a while since I've went to look. So, do I hear Kevin back?
What's up with the chat here? Whoa, Kevin did what? Kevin, shame on
What do
you.
you mean?
Crazy, Kevin, you really did that? Oh, gosh, Kevin.
Oh.
Oh, my God, Kevin really did that?
I didn't think they were going to comment about. Wow, okay, well.
That's insane. Kevin's an animal. What story was just told?
Plural, but let's talk about that later.
I don't think that Jacob realizes that I do have the button that I can just shut him off. We can shut his feed off here. Oh, look at this button here. Goes bye-bye. Bye-bye.
How many comments are there? Were people saying what the stories were?
No. Nobody's saying specifically what the stories were.
Man, secret's safe, folks. Thanks for keeping the secret safe.
We have a meeting in my office tomorrow.
Yeah, Kevin's going to end the stream, go back and watch it, and see what was said.
Exactly. I tell you.
Do you want to know what I told him to do?
What did you tell them? That was a good lightning strike.
Oh, can you hear me? I'm losing your signal.
Oh yeah, no, I can hear you.
Okay. Unity is kind of dropping every now and then, but I only had one bar. Basically, I told them about the time that we were. No, I just told them to leave comments and say, "Oh, that's crazy, Kevin," or "Wow," you know. I didn't actually tell them anything.
They did.
I'm impressed. A lot of people did it.
No, there was no less than 50 comments there. Listen, I'd believe
You were
it.
a little nervous there, weren't you?
I mean, it's like, man, I can only imagine what story he told. So, so many to choose from.
Let's just say the stories that I would tell now are different than stories I would say if we were up in Gibson City having a drink with the mayor.
With the mayor, yeah, it's very true. Man, I tell you, man, this is just unbelievable watching this lightning here. I mean, like, we're just in that nice perspective here in Champaign to look to the north at Thomasboro and Rantoul. They're just getting hammered right now. Where are you at right now?
I am coming up to 136 on 54.
Oh, okay. You're over there where you were earlier today.
I could actually... yeah, I was just telling folks that I was over this way earlier. They had the road goes from here off to the east. Now, it looks like down on the Bellflower slab south towards Mansfield, I see some first responder lights down that direction. Oh. So, wondering what's going on there. It doesn't look like a whole lot of them, but...
I will say, man, with all of these cloud-to-ground lightning strikes, kind of like what we had last Monday morning. We had all those storms come through on Monday morning, and a ton of them were like lightning that caused fires and hit trees and all that stuff. There may be more reports about, some lightning issues than anything else here tonight. We'll see, but... just seeing the lightning kind of light up the whole cloud structure that's just to the north. Because, again, it's not raining here. And actually, what's coming through Champaign, I wouldn't be surprised if you're outside in Champaign right now. I bet the wind just picked up just a little bit. There's a little bit of an outflow. Rain, cooled air coming off of the storms to the north flows out from kind of the leading edge, and the winds just kind of pick up. So if you're in Champaign, I'd be curious to know if you just had that little uptick in the winds just kind of come through. Nothing crazy, but little gusts of wind that probably came through Champaign and about to come through Savoy and St. Joe here. Jordan. Okay, can someone explain the negative strikes and the positive strikes, but pretend like you're explaining it to a 5-year-old? Got a new warning here. Let me see what this is.
I would say maybe the way to describe that, Kevin, is the negative strike, you get shocked by the wall outlet. The positive strike, you get shocked by the power line.
The power line, yeah, you're touching the power line. I don't know, 120 volts in your house, and I don't know what's a normal power line. There's got to be a lineman, somebody out there. 280? No, 240? I don't know what am I thinking.
I was thinking they were. Well, it depends too, because you've got like the big. I think the 330s, the ones that are like the McLean County, the storms a couple years ago took down.
Yeah.
So.
What's the likelihood of hail with these storms? Oh, you know what? Hold on a second. I forgot to text back our boy Dave.
Norbot?
Yeah, he's going to try something for us, and I'll let you know once he does it to see if it works or not. So stand by. Essentially, I'll just tell you guys. And I would love for you guys to test this out for me as well. So, do you have the WCIA3 Plus app? So not the one for your phone. Okay. Not something that, on your computer, but the WCIA3 Plus app that can stream on Fire Stick, Apple TV, and Roku. So we've never done this before, where basically we have kind of taken over the feed there, but I guess we kind of learned how to potentially do that. So I've got our engineer that's going to give that a shot, and we'll see if we're streaming on that. So if any of you have the WCA3 Plus app, once he tells me that it's actually on and going, then maybe I'll have somebody try to switch it on, because I don't think I can see it up here, which is...
Honestly, you should get a TV up there.
Well, yeah, I just kind of thought I can see what's on our air, but seeing like the feed from the Plus app, yeah, we definitely should, unless there is a way to do it, and I don't know.
What else can we ask him to do while we're at it?
Yeah, exactly. So, allegedly, we might be streaming on the WC3 Plus app. If anybody has the WC3 Plus app, load it up on your TV. Tell me if you are seeing essentially what we're watching wherever you were before. Allison says just downloaded it.
The second thing that might be really interesting.
What's that?
Sorry, Kevin. The other thing that might be really interesting is if there's a delay between the two. So, if people are watching on their phone, how much difference of a time is it from when they hear whatever's on the WCI3 Plus app versus on Facebook? I'm curious if there's, 3-second delay, 10-second delay, what that might look like.
Yeah. I think that would be interesting to know as well. So if anybody is out there and you are you're doing the stream with us, let us know.
Well, there going $50 in that storm coming through Lincoln now.
Are they?
Whew. Yeah. I'm gonna keep heading towards Clinton, I guess. And if I need to, I'll dive south in 48 towards D-Land Weldon.
Okay, so we got some people that, hey, we're streaming. We're on the WCA3 Plus app here. Yes, you're on the streaming app. Just got it on Roku. About a 20, 30-second delay. Little delay on the app. See it on TV. Roku is about a minute behind his phone. 15-second delay. There's a delay. All right, we're up on the. Hey, there's Dave. Dave, our engineer there. He's got us up in the WCA3 Plus app, he says. So there we go. So this was kind of, in theory, we were wondering if we would be able to. Oh. I just saw a lightning strike there. Did that hit something? Oh my goodness. Okay.
Through the window?
Well, I was looking at our camera and I saw a lightning strike, and then I saw like a flash on the ground. I don't know. Kind of looking up to the north. I don't know. Well, again, folks, since we may have a newish crew rolling in here with us, again, those of you that may not know, you can download the WCA3 Plus app for. Yes. So we have the WCA3 Plus app that you can download and get, and put it on your Fire Stick for Amazon TV. And you can put it on Roku. You can put it on your Apple TV. All those cool things to get the stream. And so what we've done, we've basically taken over, and we're doing this live here. We've never done it before. So if you're watching us on the WCA3 Plus app for the first time, we're doing it live from up here in the Plus studio. So kind of cool to have you guys with us here, watching on the various platforms, whether it's streaming online, on the various Facebook pages, just all kinds of things. We always want to try to meet you guys where you are out there, wherever you're watching from. So now, those of you that do have the WC3 Plus app too, that's where you can also see some of our different shows. It's where our newscast stream and all that. So just remember it. You can switch it on. So usually it's going to go through it's like a TV guide of, different things that air throughout the day. But then we also air our newscasts on there as well. So, just download
weather coverage.
Yeah. So again, there's a couple extra steps that we have to do here on our side of things to kind of switch that on, and basically we tell it, okay, you're not going to be on the schedule of things anymore. You're going to take what's live. So we're testing this out for the first time, and sounds like it's working. So those of you that are watching on the WCA3 Plus app right now, hello, and thanks for finding us on here. And don't forget that this is where we're going to be. You can find us on here quite often with things. So there we go. Still watching this light show, just going nuts up here. I'm going to turn the camera just a little bit more. And again, shout out to Dave. He's up here
Rain now in Farmer City.
10:49 at night, switching this on for us. So we appreciate that. Just going to move the camera around just a little bit. And we'll do a little radar tour, because we've got that storm there in Lincoln. I'll be curious. Oh, that storm over in Lincoln is right over the radar. All right.
There was some golf ball hail reported west of Hartsburg.
Did they really? Ooh. Let's hope the Lincoln Weather Service Doppler radar makes it through here. That thing is on top. All right, I'm going to switch it back. Oops. Right over the radar. So again, we've got severe thunderstorm warnings here, Logan County. moving right into Lincoln. I mean, this little donut hole essentially is where the Doppler radar is. Sorry, folks, just adjusting a couple things here. All right. Hail in Lincoln, says Dylan. Says pea-sized hail, west side of Lincoln. Nickel-sized hail, northern Menard County. So now they've extended that severe thunderstorm warning all the way out to DeWitt and Macon County. That storm coming right over the Weather Service office. So this donut hole here, that's the Doppler radar. Boom, right there. And where the National Weather Service is. That storm going to be coming right down the pipe there. All right, let me see if your icon is doing any better. Oh. Wait a second. What's your location?
Southwest of Farmer City.
Gonna have to look into that. Somebody did bring up kind of an interesting point. Whoa, hold on a second. What's going on here? Oh, did that storm really just kind of like die? The storm that was coming through Champaign or Rantoul, Thomasboro kind of fell apart. Come back over here to Lincoln. See if our friends there are saying anything in the chat. Again, we're streaming live here, WCA3 Plus app. We are tracking some severe weather here for you. It's 10:53 p.m. My name's Kevin Leidy. Jacob Dickey there is in the storm tracker. He's southwest of Farmer City. We're watching him. We've got our weather cameras here pointed out there watching the storms. And this is going to be one of those, what we like to call kind of a babysitting night. We've got storms. The most likely threat from these storms are going to be hail. You're going to have some possible quarter-size hail with any of these storms here. So, you know, I have actually not heard of any wind reports yet, but we have had a ton of hail reports, and mainly quarter sizes. Have you heard anything bigger than quarters? Have you had I don't know if I've seen anything bigger than quarters.
Down in Clay
Is there a
County,
half
south
dollar?
of Effingham, there was $50 in Louisville, and Bible Grove had ping pong ball.
Oh, good old Bible Grove.
And then golf balls in Hartsburg and Logan County.
Oh, just recently?
Yeah, with the storm coming through. I'm going to drop south of 48 and head towards D-Land Weldon. Just because with the lake in place, I don't think I'll make it all the way to Clinton. That storm's moving in a hurry, so I'd rather get ahead of it and get down to 10.
Okay.
And then I might cut back east, and if I have to say 47 and 10, are you going to have a flashback?
47 and 10. 40. Who has seen the basically the April 17th night when we had the tornado that came down Route 10 that Jacob was on, and we made a promo. We call it a POB. It's called Proof of Brand for the inside baseball of you folks that are curious. But we made one. I'm just curious. Anybody see it? It's like become the classic, Jacob yelling at 47 and 10, 47 and 10, tornado. If you saw the promo.
It's nice to have something that's replaced the... I'm particularly concerned for Mattoon and Charleston.
Particularly concerned for Mattoon and Charleston. Exactly right. That aired for a while, too. Lincoln, it's storming. People in Lincoln, man, they just got rocked by that storm. That thing is healthy. It's a healthy storm that just went through there, right over the Weather Service, folks. You'd think all them Weather Service people would be out there just running to go, check out the hail and everything.
Yeah, maybe you'll get some wind out of that one finally.
Power flickering in Brockton, Logan County, here, coming down hard. Jacob's the local Reed Timmer.
I think that's a compliment.
Yeah, I guess depends on who you ask. I would say most people would think that's a compliment. He might be a little wild and crazy, but has the passion and excitement.
Yeah, down south they kind of call me. Okay, so fun story. At my first TV station in Mississippi, the EMA director in Louisville, Mississippi, had to call me one time because I was driving through town. People had spotted me, and they called him and asked what was going on. I was doing a book reading at the elementary school, but he said he got a half a dozen calls about WCBI and Jacob Dickey being in town, and they were a little nervous about that, and rightfully so. It was like 5 or 6 years before that, then a big EF4 tornado sliced the east side of town off. So I get it, but I was like, geez, I can't go anywhere, on a good weather day, and people are still freaked out.
Yeah. Yeah, I think anymore, too, if anybody sees the storm tracker rolling by there, because there are people that snap pictures of the storm tracker now, and they go, oh, I just saw, if they see us sitting somewhere, they usually know that the weather nearby probably isn't going to be great. So I think we've even kind of started that stigma here in central Illinois. Uh-oh, there's the storm tracker. Man, that is a healthy... Clinton, if you're in Clinton, man, that thing's coming at you. Go over there towards... Yeah, I might clip Chestnut. We'll see. This is the area that got hit the other day with the tornado. This is kind of where things started getting going. The Rowell.
That whole area, that'll make the third big storm, I guess, because you had April 17th started there, and then last Monday started there.
Yeah. Kenny area. This is an area.
No tornadoes tonight for anyone listening.
No, yeah, we're not expecting any tornadoes. This is an area that I often hear from people that watch local news that say they feel like they often get kind of left out. Kind of that far western DeWitt County area, Kenny, Waynesville, Chestnut, Mount Pulaski, and Logan County. But we cover you. We were on the air covering you. We're on here right now covering for you guys as well.
We even had the tornado by Mount Pulaski on air before the tornado warning dropped a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, we're showing it. You were like, I think I see something in the one lightning strike per 5 minutes.
I know, that was so wild. It was like how much wind shear there was and how little lightning. Just storms were spinning and no lightning. Tonight it's electric as could be, and there's really not any significant spin.
Yeah. Could you imagine having the lightning of tonight on the storms on April 17th?
I would have killed to have that.
All right, somebody asked, what's the lightning look like? Let me switch the lightning on. All right, so there's all your lightning strikes. I'm just going to do lightning strikes for the past 5 minutes so you get a real idea. So quite a few on that kind of leading edge. Just a handful of these.
Left, heading west from Weldon.
West from Weldon is Jacob. Kind of 2 or 3 different little line segments here on our storms. Stretching back to the west. There's one that just came through Lincoln. Pretty healthy storm there. So we're gonna watch DeWitt County and Clinton area here before too long, coming into Kinney. Again, just to kind of set everybody's mind at ease on some things here tonight. These are mainly hail-producing storms. We've had dozens of hail reports. I've not heard about a single wind damage report. And we've definitely not had any tornadoes or even any what we call a severe thunderstorm warning with a tornado possible tag, which is kind of like a level 2 severe thunderstorm warning of there might be a tornado. And we haven't even had that because we don't have those kind of parameters present with the storms tonight. But what we do have is that potential for that hail to form and some just highly electrified storms here. You can see on your screen on both of the cameras there that show our weather camera in Champaign, and then you got Jacob there. He's west of Weldon, and so it's just been unbelievable amount of lightning here. But it just goes, it's just par for the course for us. Is when we normally want all the lightning is when we're wanting to really see the structure of this. Again, broadcasting live here at 11:03. We are streaming on the WCA3 Plus app. Hopefully, Check, 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 check. One, two, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. 4, 5, 6, 7. Can you hear me? 1, 2. 1, 2, 1,
I hear you.
2.
Can you hear me, Kevin?
3, 4, 5, 6. Is it? It's working. It's not working. 1, 2. Oh, you're hearing? You're hearing now? So you're hearing now, I guess.
I hear you now.
You can hear us okay? It's working? Okay, this is strange because I don't even know how you're able to hear. This is the weirdest thing ever. So you can hear my audio right now, is what you're telling me.
Yes.
Wow,
yes, can you
it's
hear
working.
my audio?
Wow, that's that is super strange. And I think we've got Jacob back.
Can you hear me?
I can't. Now I've got that echo again. Now I have to. And this is what I need to. I actually have Dave in here helping out. But then that echo, I had to shut off the input 1 there, Dave. By the way, because otherwise I get this echo from Jacob. Unless I should have desktop audio shut off. I'm not sure. But it sounds like we're back. I have no idea how that happened. I have no clue. There was just all of a sudden there was static. I go, oh, that had to have.
Did you kill something or did I?
No, I'm not real sure, but I'm not sure. I'm gonna have to ask. I'm gonna have to ask Dave that. So he was in there. He's in there, logged in here, messing with some things for us, as you can probably tell on your screen. Oh no! Okay, we had static, and now it's.
I know what it is. I know what it is.
What is it?
It's so I changed the batteries on my mic pack, and somehow changing that when the batteries die, it puts the static out. So that's what that's coming from.
You're kidding.
So I just popped the battery out to try it. I popped the battery out to try it. I noticed that the master volume feed in the switcher was maxed out. And then I was like, let me just pop it out again. And it did the static when I took the thing off. So something about the microphone here is aggravating everything back there with static.
Okay, and I need to.
And I hear my echo really bad too.
Yeah, no, Dave's in here trying to do some things, and
That's all right. Here's the other thing too, is that technically I'm hearing myself because on Unity, the OBS button is anything coming from your feed. And so there might be some sort of feedback loop that's happening.
well,
I'm listening to whatever's coming out of OBS, and you've got me on an OBS, but that's the way we figured out how to hear you. Does that make sense?
yeah. Hold on here.
Okay. But if you turn me off there, then they can't hear. But I hear you still, so I don't know.
Yeah, here I've got it. Okay, there we go. Talk to me now.
Mic check 1, 2, 3, 5.
Okay.
We're sitting here
Yeah.
by the Clinton Lake Boat and RV.
Okay.
No echo.
Yeah. Well, and then hold on. Now there's going to be an echo because Dave just shut that off. Okay, there we go. Yeah, we have to.
You know, that storm's really blowing up on the west side of Champaign too there, Kevin. You're about to get a big old thunder boomer in.
Are we?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, sorry. I've been busy trying to fix things. Okay, so I think we got it all.
I think we're the Three Musketeers. That maybe the Three Stooges running thing.
Dude, well, again, man, this whole like thing is just still so new, and we're trying to fix the bugs and all that jazz. So it's
And what better time to do that than late at night? You could watch the Byron Island Comedy Special.
or
something
this
else, or
train wreck.
Kevin and Jacob.
Kevin and Jacob try to do the internet, the interwebs. Okay.
Yeah, I think you were born before the internet, weren't you, Kevin?
Yeah. I was born right before, but I definitely had Windows 3.1 and AOL dial-up.
Yeah, and MySpace, right?
Definitely MySpace. Okay, so
Well, looks like Nedge is coming up on me here, Kevin, so I'm going to have to bail off to the east.
where are you at?
But,
What's your location?
You can see the shelf cloud. So I am just west of Weldon. So if you're familiar with the Clinton Lake Boat and RV Storage, the big red sheds that are on Route 10 there, I'm sitting right off there. Mariah's mom's Triple M Farms is just south of me as well. As folks in the area that know that. I think Lane is just around the corner from me as well. Am I thinking that right? Yeah, Lane, not Lodge.
Lane, yeah. I always get Lane and Lodge mixed up too.
Same.
DeWitt and Piatt County, they're almost kind of like straight north of one another, I think, north and south, but like one's in DeWitt, one's in Piatt.
Oh, they're east-west. They're both in Route 10.
Or east. Okay. Yeah, Lane.
Yeah, so I'm south of the marina, Clinton Lake Marina.
Yeah, there's Lane.
Shore House Bar and Grill.
And there's Lodge, yeah. Lane and Lodge.
You getting dumped on there in Champaign? Maybe a little bit of hail there by Sedoris and northwest of Monticello?
I mean, looks like, so what's crazy is it's not, wow, okay, so it just picked up here. Or actually, it's just about to pick up here at the station, I think. Wow, what a weird storm. Look at the evolution of this storm. This is a wild storm. So like, okay, there it was. Yeah, just kind of developing. So the only warning we have is the storm here in right over Clinton, Maroa. We'll see what they decide to do here, but that's the only storm we have. Yeah, and our Decatur camera, unfortunately, on the last event, it either got smoked by a lightning bolt or they need to do a power recycle because that thing has been down. And it always shows us the last frame that you get before you lose it, and it was in the middle of a storm. So, yeah, that thing either got smoked by lightning. Our engineers got to go out and check that out. But our Decatur camera, unfortunately, is down right now. Because somebody just goes, you need to turn the Decatur camera on. Holy smokes. All right, again, let's do a little reset here. It's 11:16 p.m. Thanks for sticking through what has been known as the fan noise that might be labeled as Jacob's fault if there was a mic issue there.
Yes, it might be. It might be.
Huh. That's what you get for trying to tell stories behind my back when I was down doing the newscast, you see. But we're back here. We're streaming. I think we're still on the WCA3 Plus app. Again, we were trying something new here to try to see if we could get this feed going on the Plus app that you can have on your Amazon Fire Stick, TVs, Roku's, Apple TVs. So I think we're streaming there. I think we're still up there. We're streaming obviously on all the socials here, on the weather app, all those good places. I mean, literally, you can't find an excuse, to say, I don't know how I can watch you guys, because we are literally everywhere. You got to get a little lightning show there.
Yeah, it's. I was just kind of looking at the shelf cloud out the side window, kind of rolling over me, thinking, do I hop back east or let it hit me and follow it back? Maybe I'm gonna go back to Weldon and sit in town there.
Boy, it's coming down now here at the
I'm
station.
sure that will make folks very happy there.
It is coming down.
I think I hear it through your microphone on the roof.
I was like, what was I just hearing? Yeah, can you guys hear it? Here, I'm going to turn the mic up. See if you can hear it. So there's Jacob's View. It is storming pretty good here at the station right now. So, believe it or not, despite everything that's going on with the storms right now, there are no warnings in effect for our area. I mean, these are about like the strongest storms you can get without a warning. These are pretty intense, a lot of lightning, but believe it or not, currently no warnings in effect. Ooh, yeah, let's see what the old Neal Street camera is showing. Okay.
Glad to have that.
Yeah, I got that back and coming down pretty good.
Do we tell that story?
It's our Neal Street camera. Here's our view. Let's see if we can, what cameras can we show? Let's see. We've got Champaign. Ooh, there's lightning. They're at Memorial Stadium. Pointing off here to the north. And that storm really kind of coming through on the south side of town, and Savoy, Willard Airport getting hit pretty good. Oh, the lightning. So a lot of people here watching, wondering what's going on here tonight with these storms. We've had several reports of, at minimum, some quarter-sized hail with our storms. There were a handful of some $50 size and maybe even some golf balls over in Logan County earlier, near Hartsburg, I believe. But now these storms here, I guess the camera that we can show next is going to be our Springfield camera, which is going to have a pretty good view of the storms that are coming in there on the north and west side of town. So let's bring in Springfield and show that camera after the lightning strike here in Champaign. Let's see what we're looking at here, folks. We should have a pretty good view of the storms coming in. That one might even have a little bit of hail in it. We're going to pan this down just a little bit more to the, I guess, the north. And you can see the lightning there off in the distance from our storm coming into Springfield. Sangamon County, storming pretty good up near Sherman and Williamsville. Might have a little bit of hail in our storms up there. So we'll watch that. Again, our Decatur camera's down. There's not much in Mattoon, Charleston, Effingham. We can probably peek into Danville here in a little bit, see if it's doing anything. But that is the current status of things. It is coming down here at the studio, though. It is storming. Heavy rain. There's Jacob. Jacob, where are you at?
Oh, Weldon.
Weldon.
I'm pretty sure a couple weeks ago, wasn't it both Weldon and D-Land? They were directly hit by the EF1 tornado?
Yes.
I thought it'd be interesting to see if I could spot any remnants. remnant damage, but usually those weaker tornadoes you clean up pretty quick.
Yeah, the high school, or one of the schools there.
That's east of here a little bit. The D-Land Weldon School District building sits in the middle of the town, it's in the county line. So I'll head that way next, but...
Yeah, the randomness to these storms here tonight, I
late
mean...
at night in Weldon?
What's that?
I was like, anyone in Weldon watching?
Who's in Weldon tonight watching? Let's get a check since it's been a second here to see where everybody is tuned in from. Let us know where you're watching from, A. And then B, if you're watching on the WCA3 Plus app, that's bonus points for you. And let me pull up our chat. All right. Brandon, you guys ever think about putting up a camera in Forsyth? We would love to. Just need somebody to sponsor it. Pretty good storm just went through Maroa and Clinton. We've got Sarah in Weldon. Just watch Jacob pass by my house. See? Sarah over there stalking the storm tracker. Yes, the station is getting hammered right now. Pretty good little storm right over top of us. Here, let's bring up the Neal Street camera again. All right, Danville, Bloomington, Urbana, Clinton, Danville, Oakland, Georgetown, Tolono, Posodum, Tolono, Chrisman, Oakwood, Paris, north side of Decatur, Urbana, Rantoul, Stonington, Georgetown, Urbana, Paris, Argenta, and Champaign. Those of you watching here tonight. 11:25 p.m. as we track thunderstorms and what would be considered just below severe limits of severe weather. I'd say the strongest storm now might be the one kind of coming into Sangamon County in terms of maybe a hail threat, according to what I'm seeing on radar. Maybe any of these may have a little bit of hail in them. This whole little line, I mean, kind of do a little radar tour and stretch all the way back here to Jacksonville. So basically, there is a line of storms that stretches from Jacksonville to Pleasant Plains, to Farmingdale, up by the Springfield Airport, Sherman, good old Cornland, Logan County, Mount Pulaski.
Yeah.
And then we're talking about Maroa, up to Weldon, DeWitt, and then kind of curves back a little bit, storming there from Whiteheath, Monticello, Ivesdale, Tolono, getting close to Posodum, obviously here in Champaign, Sydney, Homer, Oakwood, Catlin, Danville. I mean, that is a long line of storms. And then these other little guys that are just kind of popping up even south into Edgar County. So, I mean, there's a lot of areas that are just getting an old-fashioned thunder. I'm not going to lie. A storm like this that stays below severe limits, man, I would give anything to be at home in my bed or just sitting out on the, patio watching.
It's fun driving it.
And yeah. Indianola in the house, Casey, Weldon, St. Joe, Sedoris, Westville, Gibson City. Yeah, it's doing pretty good. Let's switch on the lightning again here. Just constant light. I mean, it doesn't matter where you are on this whole line. This whole line has lightning strikes. The whole thing. Constant lightning. I mean, it is a light show out there tonight. So here with you, broadcasting live We're going to stick with you for another half an hour.
That's when the fun starts.
Well, I was going to say, we're going to stick with you here for about another half an hour on the WCA3 Plus app, because we can only like go in like half-hour increments on the Plus app there. So we've got Dave that's been kind of bumping up here so we can continue to watch our live stream on the WCA3 Plus app. Liz says she's got some lightning pictures. I wonder if I can pull these up. Oh my goodness. Wow, Liz. Wow, that is a crazy cool lightning strike. All right, Liz. You mind if I share? I'm going to share your photo on here. I'm just going to pop it up. Is that all right, Liz? I'm going to show you a picture. This is a really cool picture. That's actually really neat. I'm going to wait till Liz says I can do it. But it's a pretty neat one. Indianola, pea-size hail.
I don't think I've had any hail with where I've been so far.
Yeah, to say, you've not gotten into any hail. What's going on over there? Okay.
It's raining real hard.
All right, check out this.
I just passed the D-Land Welland School.
Okay, we're going to pull up Liz's picture here. I just think this is such a cool picture. All right, here we go. Oops. I'll put it over here. My bad. All right, check this picture out. Here we go. That picture there from Liz, that is a neat looking picture. How about that? The lightning that is up there in the cloud. And then you can just like kind of make out the cumulonimbus cloud there. Just the road. I just think that's a cool looking picture right there. That's a good one. You can see some of the, just the structure of the cloud and the lightning with it. So lightning within the cloud, but then you see some of the bolts right there. So great picture, Liz.
Big old severe thunderstorm warning for Springfield, Jackson.
Yeah, I was gonna say that out of any storm, that seemed to be the one that if it was gonna do something, they just warned that whole thing. So that's interesting. So that might actually be more of a wind. Is that gonna be warned for wind? You think, or just they're just gonna blanket the whole thing? Might have some hail in it. Now they're saying 1 inch,
Got 1 inch
and
hail,
50.
50 mile an hour wind.
Yeah. It just has the look more of a wind damage polygon. But
Yeah. Looks like the alpha battery's ahead of it a couple miles.
all right, so Springfield, let's bring up our Springfield camera. That's Champaign. Stand by.
While you're doing that too, Kevin, it'd also be good to just see what Doppler radar rainfall estimates are because I think some of the fields have some climbing of water in them around me here.
Yeah, definitely a good drink of water here. I had the question from a ton of people today. They were just completely shocked that we had dust storms after we're out of the drought. Just a ton of people like, how can we have dust storms? And you said we're out of the drought. But that water, I mean, how dry the ground was, all the rain that we got, it got soaked up into the ground. You know, it's not like we're like oversaturated. So yeah, you're still going to have that topsoil and dirt and dust there that can get picked up when you listen. We had 45-mile-an-hour winds today, so that always is the tipping point for us here, it seems like. So,
and you're at that vulnerable time of year by no fault of their own. You know, farmers are out.
they're going to be out
tilling the soil and planting crops.
Got to do it
until those crops emerge and roots hold on to the soil a lot more. We have a couple of weeks where we're just vulnerable for that, and it's not a new thing either, Kevin. We've had dust storms. There's been dust storm videos in the vault that I've seen from the 80s and the 90s. We've had them in the early 2000s around different places. Just a number of different reasons why and how they can happen.
All right, so severe thunderstorm warning here in Sangamon County. It does clip Christian. It's got Morgan. For that whole line that is moving through. So you've got our Springfield camera here, our Champaign camera, Jacobs camera, and the storm tracker. There's the Capitol. Bring it back over to the radar now. And show that long line of storms that continues to move in. And that warning basically, I mean, I-72, just call it the entire stretch of I-72 there between Jacksonville and Springfield. And then all the way over to, say, Buffalo. Riverton. Pretty heavy little batch right there. And that's where the warning is. So the warning takes into account Mechanicsburg and Mount Auburn. Down to Chatham, Glenarm, Auburn. You're kind of on the southern edge of that. So that's, if you just kind of take the loop of that, notice it kind of dives to the south. I'll come over here. I'm going to look at its speed. So it's only moving at about 30 miles an hour. Then we'll come over here. Do one of these. Draw right along the leading edge of that. Bring it out as it's moving. Time of arrival for our various towns here that could be impacted by this, from Chatham to Auburn to Verdon, Taylorville to Booty. Brandon asking about getting a camera in Forsyth, and if one would do it, how does one sponsor it? Well, reach out to our sales team, and they would be more than happy to talk you through that.
Bring your checkbook.
Yeah. And then tell them I sent you.
Yeah.
All right, somebody wants to look at Vermilion County. Not much going on there. I mean, general storms, not as strong as the ones that are kind of over here on the west side. Got to be honest with you, of the viewing area. I got to tell you, man, that line now coming through like Monticello. There's a little bit of wind in that one. There's a little bit of wind in there. I'm not a little surprised. There's a little wind. White Heath, just west of Bonneville. I'm going to bring this over. Yeah, see, it's taking on a little better.
Boy, here we go. 47 and 10.
47 to 10. Jacob, we need you over there. Yeah, that so if I just come over here and I switch on the velocity, you're gonna see just a little pocket. See that? See this pink? It kind of comes from Mahomet back to Whiteheath. I still think it's probably only, 50 mile an hour winds. There might be some 40, 50 mile an hour winds in there. Nothing like the 80 to 100 mile an hour winds.
Monticello on 10.
Say it again.
I am directly north of Monticello on 10 right now.
Directly north of Monticello on 10. You're at Lodge.
Past Lodge.
Past Lodge.
I guess I'm a little more northeast than... Actually, I'm only a mile away from 72. Mansfield Road. Mansfield is... I'm due south of Mansfield.
Oh, okay. Pretty good little line there, Sarah Gordo. Let's see here. Getting hammered in Monticello right now, says Jody. Really windy in Sarah Gordo. That's going to be that leading edge of that little gust front, little outflow boundary. Storming in Georgetown. And it's coming down in Decatur again. Yeah, especially there on the northeast side. Oriana, you might have a little hail there in Oriana. $11:41 p.m. I got a hail report there in Mahomet. What do we got there? Lightning is intense. Hail indicator. Hail in Mahomet. It's hailing everywhere, folks. Sonic ice for everyone. I could go for a nice Sonic 32-ounce caffeine at this point.
Are you a cherry and limeade guy?
Nah, I'm pretty regular. Just give me a root beer or Dr. Pepper.
Do you pick root beer Dr. Pepper over Coke or Pepsi?
Yes, I do.
Really?
Yep. Man, these are just good old-fashioned thunderstorms tonight that are noisy and are bright and noisy. My teacher told me about that about me a lot.
Paparazzi storms.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I bet you.
You're bright and noisy, lady.
I never heard what my teacher said about me.
Yeah, listen, if you're not afraid of storms, if you don't have storm anxiety, if you don't, if you don't get too worked up over storms, these are the perfect storms for you and for like laying in bed, sleeping weather, kind of just, All right, I'm going to point the camera back to the west now. It's been crazy how many times I've had to like turn the weather camera in Champaign because it's like storms to the north, storms to the south. Now it's storms to the west. So let's see here. Which way am I pointed here? All right, so that's north. Yeah, we want to look west. So we only have, so right now, our studio camera, our cameras have been through it this season. Our camera here at the studio, that's been fantastic on top of our big tower for a long time, got a little moisture in it, and so we're waiting on a tower crew to come and fix it. And so that one looks kind of blurry, so we're just kind of using the one here at Memorial Stadium, which is fine. It gives us a great view. But our camera there, then our one in Decatur, something's happened to it. And our cameras have gone through it this year, just as everyone else has with the storms and whatnot. But those things have been out in the elements. Okay, that's what I'm looking for. Look right there. Here, let me try something. Well, that looked like a pretty good lightning strike.
There's been a couple of them off to the side that just light everything up. I'm almost 47 and 10.
Oh boy, here we go. Cue the music. Cue the music. Okay, back to some of the chat here with the people. And let me bring back the radar before we get into some of the chat stuff again. Pretty good little line of storms, just getting ready to come back through Champaign again. Small Hill in Springfield. Leslie says, Mother Nature is like Oprah. You get hail. You get hail. Everyone gets hail. Sally's dog has anxiety. The pets definitely don't like that loud thunder. We had that loud clap of thunder earlier when we kicked things off here, but to be honest with you, I've actually not heard I have not heard a ton of thunder here lately. But obviously there's a ton of lightning. Storms do seem to be attracted to us lately. That is definitely for sure. Raining hard in Muhammad. When do you expect these storms to be over with? I mean, like, once this kind of line, this final line moves through, I mean, we'll see. That'll be the end. So it depends on where you are. I mean, if you're in Shelbyville, it's going to take a bit. If you're in, Toledo and Greenup, but, if you're in Clinton and Gibson City and Watsika, things are winding down for you. But still might be a couple hours before it kind of fully clears the whole area that we cover.
It'd be interesting to see what temperatures are, too. It's still warm down there in Mattoon, Charleston.
Let's take a glance. See what we got for temperatures. Uh, 67 Mattoon, 68 Effingham. We are 60 in Danville, 56 in Lincoln, 60 in Watsika. So it's 7 or 8 degrees warmer down in Mattoon, Effingham areas.
Storm Tracker says 53 in the rain. And I'm in Bonneville now.
Bonneville. No, I do not think we're going to have any tornado warnings here tonight. I would be shocked. Lightning is crazy, yes. Fisher is rumbling, stumbling to the end zone. So much lightning, not a lot of thunder, a lot of rain in Beemont. I've been watching the lightning this whole time. All right, so we're getting ready to get hit by this next little wave here in Champaign. So here we are. We're in Champaign, right here. Where are we at? All right. So we're in a little lull, but then here comes this next big wave. Let's see how much lightning's on this guy. Yeah, still quite a bit of lightning. That's the wind, probably just picking up there at Willard. Let's see what the... Yeah, okay. There's a little wind. Are you getting any wind there in Bonneville? Did it seem like it picked up at all? Because, like, there's pixels of, like, 55-mile-an-hour winds.
It was a little breezy, but I think it was breezier when I was towards White Heat. I don't know if I'm catching up to the front or if I'm... Let's see here. Maybe I'm in the very leading edge. But not a whole lot of wind. I mean, it's also 53 right now at the surface, so
Yeah.
I wonder if there's enough cooling where you kind of detach that and keep the wind aloft. Maybe some of it mixes down. Trees don't look like they're moving a whole lot from where I am.
Sounds like it's coming down outside now. Neal Street camera again. Katie said, crazy wind just west of Willard Airport. Oh, yeah, we're getting a little wind here.
Yeah, I'm a little behind that leading edge still, kind of following it in. So
Yeah. Yeah, there's a little... Getting a little wind. I hope that person turns on their headlights. That person doesn't have their headlights on. Oh, that person doesn't have their headlights on. They just turned down Neal Street in the middle of a rainstorm. Don't have their headlights on. Come on, people. Anybody else? Does anybody else see that? I don't know if anybody else saw that or not. Ooh.
we've seen some crazy things on our camera.
Yes, we have. All right, yeah, it's coming down pretty good here. Seeing sheets of rain coming across here at the studio. Little gust of wind there right on the leading edge of that there. I think just kind of coming into Champaign, the southwest side of town. You might have some 40, 50 mile an hour wind gusts in there. Actually, I mean, it will come over Willard. So if there is a wind gust, the ASOS out. Well, actually, is the ASOS down? I thought I read something that they're not. The readings are.
Oh, they were trying to fix there was an electrical issue. I remember that.
Yeah.
They said it was only going to read barometric pressure overnight if it didn't get fixed.
Oh, you're right. Yeah. So no, we won't get a wind report.
Maybe the Weather Watcher Network has something.
Oh yeah, I could look at that. $11:53 p.m. If you're with us here tonight, you're watching live coverage, tracking storms and some severe weather with some of these storms. Technically severe over in the Sangamon County area and northwestern Christian County. But a pretty decent little storm rolling through the Champaign, Savoy, Tolono. You're next. Minutes away from being on top of you, if not already. Probably those gusty winds. Pasodum, also Philo, Sydney, and this thing is just going to rock right through all of Champaign, kind of southeastern corner here before too long. But you can see the storm here rolling through our camera view from the Neal Street camera. Let's bring you back to the radar and kind of show you where the storm is as it comes through. There it is. So, Sidoris, pouring, Savoy, Philo, Pasodum, and Tolono next in line. If you're watching us out there. Oh, just got here. Here's how I know it's storming pretty hard or it's raining pretty hard, when I get a notification that there's a disturbance at my car. Dash cam that.
That's probably still a 50-50 shot.
Yeah. Somebody's out there trying to do something in this, then. Yeah, man, it's coming down now.
It's kind of the type of rain that maybe some of the viaducts might take a little water briefly, or
you know, the parts of Neal Street that flood, they're flooded right now, 100%. There is no doubt.
There we go. Here's some water for you.
All right, if you're in Tolono, it's on top of you. Philo, you're next.
I don't know if you can see me throwing some water up.
Oh, look at some of that. Oh, here. Well, you gotta give me a second to bring your camera up.
Carriage wash.
There it is. Turn around, don't drown. Yeah, you know those normal places are flooding for sure. I'm trying to get this all back to the way it needs to be. There we go.
Seeing me toss some of that water.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah, there's a little pocket of wind there.
Kid, my dad been.
Go ahead.
Go for it. Sorry.
Good.
I remember as a kid, my dad would always catch the gutters with the water when they fill up like this, just on the side. That's always fun. About it is now. It's not covering roads, but there's just some water moving towards the drains and grates and stuff and whatnot.
Well, it's 11:57. I'm pretty sure that we had the slot for us to be on the WCA3 Plus app up till midnight. So those of you that maybe were watching on the WCA3 Plus app, in about 2 minutes, it probably kind of just goes back to the regular schedule of programming on there. But I think we gave it a little test here, and I guess we can kind of take over that feed. So good to know that we have the ability to do that, and that works. So that's kind of cool, something we got figured out. So if you are watching on there and you would like to continue watching here for just a little bit more while we kind of just get these storms kind of through, because we currently don't have any warnings again. The severe thunderstorm warning out there in Sangamon and Christian, they have allowed for that to expire, so we don't have any warnings. But I believe here at midnight, we kind of go back off of the WCA3 Plus app, but we're still going to stream on here on wherever you're watching, on Facebook or on X or on YouTube or on the weather app. all that good stuff. So just knowing here in about a minute, we may go off of the WCA3 Plus app. But hopefully, if you did get a chance to watch on there, that you know that that's where you can find us, hopefully in the future when there is severe weather and we can switch that over. Because a lot of people, you can watch us on TV, or now some people just watch us on that app, but we weren't always streaming the severe weather coverage there, but now we can. So just a heads up on that. Things calming down here at the studio. The worst of the heaviest stuff starts to pass off to our east and south, but it's storming pretty good down in Kelowna right now. And I believe here in the next 15 seconds, we'll be off the WCA3 Plus app. Appreciate you guys for joining in. If you'd like to see us, check us out on some of the other places. If not, enjoy some of the other great shows here on WCA3 Plus. See you guys. Everybody else, possibly still with us here, though, on the stream. No more warnings. And quite frankly...
I got a tree down, Kevin.
You got a tree down? I knew we had some wind.
South of the station.
Where? Coming down Springfield?
South of the station, going to be Stanage and Randolph.
I knew we had some wind. Well, seems like a pretty good little size.
Yeah.
All right, so it's at Randolph? I mean, you drove all that way. You found the tree down just down the...
State and Stanage. State and Stanage.
Oh, okay. I was like, you drove all that way, and you found the tree down on State Street, just down from the TV station. I thought we had a little bit of wind.
Yeah, there's a lot of small branches down in this part of town.
Do you have the ability to pass that along to the weather service, or do you need me to do it?
I'm doing it now.
There you go.
Good, I found something. There's your first wind damage report of the day.
First wind damage report, and it was just down the street.
And I was heading down this way to see how Neal Street was doing. I was like, oh, why did they get it blocked? And, 50-50 shot why it was blocked. And then I go, oh, it's actually a big tree down in the road.
So you're over there by Papa Del's.
Sure am. In a younger life, I'd go by Mary Ann's now and pick up some pancakes.
There you go. You know what? I actually went there with our good friend in the audio booth, Mr. Michael.
Michael Heath?
We went there after Monday night's severe weather.
Wow.
Did indeed. Because neither of us had dinner that night, so we went there and got dinner.
He forgot his lunchbox?
Yeah, I think he doesn't get to open his lunchbox as we're doing that tornado coverage all of our dinner break.
I was at the pool listening in.
Exactly. Barely making a Spirit flight home.
Barely, yeah. 48 hours before Spirit disappeared.
You'll always be able to tell that story.
And our flight got canceled because we were delayed a day. They were already dropping that LAX to Chicago route, reducing it, and we barely made it. Got put on the next day. I paid extra for better seats to make sure we could, actually get on the plane. Are there any power outages out here, Kevin? Coming through?
Let me look. Stand by. I would not be surprised if, something, because, it was a little gust. It looks like there's a few in Champaign. Actually, it looks like more over towards... Well, no, this was from earlier today. This would have been from winds from earlier. This was 4:12 p.m. How about that? Okay, so I'm not saying anything there. Let me look at this. That was tonight. That was up there towards Leverett. I am not seeing too much. As far as outages go, at least not yet.
That's good news.
Handful over in Monticello. But no. But yeah, I see all the little leaves and stuff down over there. I tell you that Champaign Police was on that tree pretty quick, though, weren't they? I mean, that couldn't have been 5 minutes after that would have happened.
Well, I could say that, and it's because they just block the road, but they're not actually, moving it. It'll take a little bit for the crews to get there from the City Works Department, and so that was what makes me think was within a few minutes. I'm gonna try and get a view from the other side here.
Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah, that's lit up a little bit better. We can see it.
I don't think Media Encoder is rolling. I don't know if they'll care to have it as a VO in the morning.
But it didn't hit that power line at all, huh?
Nope. And I'm trying to decide where it came off.
Yeah, I was gonna say, where did it come off of?
It's hard for me to tell.
By the way, those asking, yes, I can see the YouTube chat. Brittany and Hot Potato 334. We can see your chat in there. So that's that's going to be just west of Neal Street and not all the way down to Kirby, right? So that's technically on State?
This is on State, yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm at State and south of Stanager, the next block south. I haven't heard of any wind speed reports or other wind.
Yeah, again, yeah, Weather Service just said the same thing. KCMI not reporting wind speed. due to some kind of an outage or something over there. So, yeah, so folks, so this, where Jacob is located, he's in Champaign. He is basically west of Neal Street, north of Kirby, on State Street, literally just down from Papa Del's Pizza, or just up from. He's just northwest of Papa Del's by 2 blocks. So again, when we're looking at it on radar, it just looks like there's just enough little wind in there. And I gotta tell you, it's still, man, I gotta tell you, I'm kind of surprised that wind still looks pretty good down over Philo. Is anybody out there watching in Philo? Because there's some decent wind in there. I mean, it looks stronger than what it did. Now, again, it's shooting up a little bit higher, but that's a little pocket of winds. Let me show it to you guys when I look at the velocities. I mean, there's some okay winds down there. Philo to Sydney. Anybody... Philo to Sydney. I would be super curious what your winds are in Philo. Philo to Sydney. And ooh, there's the thunder, the rumble thunder. Still got even a lot of lightning strikes happening here, even kind of behind the heaviest portion of the storm. But I gotta tell you, that's southeastern Champaign County. Would not be surprised if there's a little wind in there over Philo. If that storm's like kind of collapsing or...
They just put an SPS out for it.
Special weather statement.
Okay, let me see if I can give you another angle here real fast. I'll pull up my other camera here.
Oh, okay.
There we go. Camera 3. All right. I think you can see things moving right. There's where it came off of.
All right, hold on here. Let me take you full. Sorry. Give me a second. Okay. Yeah, that's pretty good. Pretty good sized branch. Is that on top of that truck?
It looks like it's just in front of it.
Ooh.
But I tell you what, it looks like it's
A little rotted?
fairly rotten in there. Yeah, a little bit. That happens from time to time.
Well, just missed that guy's truck. It just missed your truck.
Yeah.
There's another Twister reference. What was it like? It was windy. Any Twister fans still in the house? That was for you.
I only got one line that I'm thinking right now.
Food.
Food. Yeah, there's lots of little shredded leaves and small little branch limbs out in this area, so there's something coming on through.
Ooh. What's going on down there towards Girard? Maybe a little wind there showing up. Also, Dalton City. All right, 12:15 a.m. here, folks. As Indianapolis, that's just north of Indy. Severe thunderstorm warning up there. Fishers. All right, that's the big wide view of things. That's the loop over the last hour. Diving south and east. Currently, there are no severe thunderstorm warnings, just some general thunderstorms. Won't be surprised if there are maybe a few more, but as of right now, that's all we got. Let's double check power outages again, see if anything else has come in. Nope. Looks like we do have. Oh, we got something up here on, what is that? Neil. Maybe Neil and Bradley?
I'll be there in 2 minutes.
Received at 12:06 a.m.
How many? What's the number?
Well, it's only 13, but that's higher than most of the numbers I've seen tonight.
Hey, some days we get a lot of good weather content. Other days we don't.
Yeah. Let's see,
I'll chase 13 power outages. I'm hourly.
There you go. And see if you see anything up there. Neil and it's showing up there just by that park there at Neil and Bradley.
Is it which direction from the intersection is it?
Technically on the northwest side of the intersection.
Northwest side, okay.
Definitely have not seen too many other power outages. Let's see if any of the other co-ops have anything. Okay, so 73 in Douglas County from Coles Moultrie Electric Co-op. So it looks like southeast of Arthur, maybe towards Arcola. 100 customers. Yeah, somebody made the comment. I can't believe with how they look on radar that there are no warnings or watches. They do look pretty nasty on radar. And normally, if all the other components would be there, then yeah, this would be a nasty line. But we don't have the wind shear. We don't have high instability. Let me see if I can look up any observed precipitation estimates. Give me a second for this to populate. So this will show us rainfall estimates. Let's do over the last 12 hours. So Champaign, let's see here. Oh, over there near Seymour, south of Seymour, radar estimates of about 2.9 inches today. It's a small little pocket, but more generally in, say, Champaign, Savoy, 2.3. Let's come up here to the station. And it's showing about... Oh, wow. Really drops off. Only about 3/4 of an inch. So little pockets.
That looks like a couple houses on Arcadia and Garden, just north of that park, didn't have power, but nothing obvious.
All right, nothing crazy. So yeah, little pockets here. Just look how kind of sporadic where, you get into those little green areas. But notice how it's very hit and miss. But definitely a little bit more organized area across Champaign County. So, yeah, 1 inch, 2 inches today. Well, their line is diving south and east here, folks. And I know we don't have any more warnings left. And Jacob probably about ready to wrap up his travels here for the night, unless we hear anything else. But we'll be standing by here. Appreciate you tuning into the coverage here once again. This is one of those kind of nuisance storm events. Rare in that usually we're out here doing this and it's tornadoes. Like, we rarely get severe thunderstorm warnings anymore. It's tornado warnings. That's all we ever get are tornado warnings. So a nice change of pace there in terms of not having to deal with that, to be honest with you.
Good for us to practice with, too, and not always be performing.
Yeah. Get the bugs worked out up here in the old WCA3 Plus studio, but if you figured out there can also be things that go on the remote side of things too, like microphones.
Yep. My fault. Great time to tell stories about you.
Hot Potato wants to know, when was the last time violent tornadoes to strike central Illinois? Well, I guess if you say violent tornadoes, that only refers to EF4 and above. So if you're talking about anything of F4 and above, you're going to have to go back to, is it 76? Is that right? 76?
Yep. 1976 Sonora's tornado.
Yeah. So that would be the last 4 that we've ever had.
We've came close. We have came very close.
Yeah, high-end EF3s.
Robinson, I think, was a few mile an hour.
Yeah. But 76 was the last time. F4, not even EF4, because it was before the scale change. So, again, violent is 4 or 5. I don't recall any others. I don't know. That's the only one that sticks out to me. But
technically, the Washington tornado did go into Livingston County, but
sure.
I think that's so fringe enough. I don't know if we consider that our area.
Yeah, 2013.
But it's. Yeah, Gifford was a strong 3, but I don't think it was close to 4.
Yeah.
What was Taylorville? Taylorville was up there.
Taylorville was 3. And what did they rate or put the winds on that? Well, we can look that up.
I remember Robinson. We were like, ooh, it was super close.
That looked nasty. All right. So the Taylorville tornado. Wow. Okay. Taylorville tornado was 155 miles an hour. So 4 starts at
that's pretty close.
4 starts at 166.
You could have taken the storm and seen the Taylorville tornado.
I
taken the storm tracker.
we wouldn't have a storm tracker.
Not for some hail you were scared of.
You probably would not have. Yeah. I don't know what would have happened that night. We'd be like, I've only been here 6 months. I probably don't want to. No, I guess it would have been a year and a half.
Poor Jack that night being all by himself.
Yeah, back in the day.
I think he was having a little bit of a eye issue at that time.
Now he's in Oklahoma City dealing with it 10 times, tenfold.
I don't know, Kevin. I think we've got more than they do in the last few years.
Oh my gosh, yeah, no doubt. There's no doubt. 24 is our number one year.
Yeah. I think of, I was down in Lawton before I came back to Central Illinois, back home here, and they've had a couple of decent events, but I mean, we just have, event after event. Year after year, even.
Yeah. All right. The people want to know,
I suppose.
and this is a great great question. But I would add in Popeyes or Chick-fil-A.
Ooh.
I am Popeyes
What's your
1,000,000%. Yeah, I would even add in
Chicken sandwich.
Popeyes, Chick-fil-A, or Cane's.
I don't know if you can put Cane's because Cane's doesn't really have a chicken fillet sandwich. Theirs is that toast, and they stick a couple chicken strips on there and call it a sandwich. But
Sure.
you know, I think Popeyes, the chicken sandwich itself, done well, is better. But sometimes I like Chick-fil-A. My wife and I, we like the breakfast there a lot.
Well, there we go. Jacob has made it back and is probably shutting things down. It's hailing for like the 4th time in Sullivan right now, by the way.
Is it really?
Yeah. That's what they tell me.
How many biblical events have we had today? Dust storms, hailstorms. Do we have locusts yet?
Locusts are coming soon. They're going to take over again.
When will the next batch of those things be coming, or whatever?
Oh, gosh.
What are they called? Are they
No,
called locusts?
I think we're good for a while.
Yeah, that one a couple of years ago was wild. I'm starting to see memories pop up on Facebook of the
Yeah.
big one we just, or cicadas. Not
Cicadas, yeah. It's getting late, folks.
I lost you for some reason. I can't hear you.
Can't hear me? Hello, hello?
I'm back. My Wi-Fi kicked on it. It kicked me off of the app.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
But, yeah, cicadas.
Yes, Brittany, you are almost right, except you were wrong on the spelling of all 4 of our names. But she wrote Kevin Lightly, Adam Shinsky, Jacob Dickey, Dickie, and Seth Bone
Spelled
Off.
just like the
like the barbecue place. Yeah. Nope.
No, I was going to
Nope.
say like the first severe weather special I ever had.
Oh yeah, that too. No, Brittany, that is you
Dickie's barbecue is the same last
Brittany,
name.
you incorrectly spelled all 4 of our names wrong. Not even couldn't get one of them right. Oh man. Maybe she was joking on that.
right.
I don't know. I've been called worse.
Me too, Kevin. Me too.
Yeah. All right. Well, our little line of storms here continue to move southeast through the area. It's going to expect some thunder, lightning, heavy rainfall, all that jazz. And the storm tracker put to bed for the night, it looks like.
Yeah.
Another successful trip. You know, you got into the dust storms. You washed it off with several rounds of heavy rain. But you're probably going to need to...
Though, at one point I remember seeing the dust Oh, I remember seeing the dust swirling right here in the window by the mirror, and it was something else to see.
I told our engineering staff today, I go, next time that thing goes in for oil change, go ahead and change out the cabin air filter, please.
I don't think it was as bad as the first time when you went out to Springfield there, but it was pretty dusty.
Sure.
So, yeah. All right. Well, I'm shutting down. So
Okay. Let me
I
figure
don't
out.
plan to spend much time inside it. I'll just drop the TV and I'm going home.
You're good. Call it a night. Folks, say goodbye to Mr. Dickey here for the night. He is out.
See ya.
Later. All right. Now
DSCKIE.
we will switch off to. Oops. There we go. All right. Okay, guys, we're going to be wrapping things up here before too long. Again, not seeing anything that is remotely concerning. Just, good old storms here so far. Maybe an occasional wind gust in there. $12:36, wonderful AM. So just double checking a couple things here before we probably sign off here for the night. But we'll just do a little last kind of radar tour. Before we call it a night. All right, so we've got storms here. Basically, that runs from Morrisonville up to the north and east to Assumption, south of Moequa. And again, as we talked about, Sullivan getting hit pretty hard again, probably with hail for like the fourth time today. Up through Arthur to Arcola, Tuscola, Hinesboro, Camargo, and Brockton to Hume. And looks like a little line there. Crispin, Paris, you guys are next. Wouldn't expect a whole lot more for areas to the south and east. And there they go. Yep. Well, you hit the wrong one. You shut off those back there. No. It's the backdrop behind me. Yeah, there's too many buttons in here. But
as dramatic as I hoped.
No, I know. Well, I don't even know how to mess with them myself, but that that's going to about wrap things up for us here, folks. Moving that line out, and expect more off and on rain throughout the course of the day tomorrow, but nothing crazy. So yeah. So we'll Let's see here. Let's see if I can't. How do I do this? Oh, that's what it is. That's what I had wrong. Oh.
I-57 southbound is closed at exit 238.
Say it again?
I-57 southbound is closed at exit 238. Trying to think where that is.
238?
Yeah.
230.
Olympia Drive.
Huh.
I didn't see a pulse point, so it must be just a injury or
Accident, maybe just heavy
something like a semi lost its load or something.
heavy rain or something like that. Well, there you go. Sorry, Jacob. Got to fire the storm tracker back up and head up to Olympian.
Well, I may drive that way for fun. The closure will remain for several hours.
Several hours. Ooh.
I gave it 12:10 from ISP.
12:10.
That's the start of the construction zone up there.
Mm-hmm. Well, I also drive right by it here on my way home, so. Oops. So 57 southbound.
Yep.
So that's going to be 57 southbound, Olympian. Oopsie. It's all right here. Road closed for several hours.
Yeah.
So they're probably making you get off up here at Market. Could have been them strong winds coming through.
12:10 be about right.
Let's bring back the radar. Come back that far. Don't know if I can. Oh, it would have been after the storms passed, actually. Believe it or not. Alrighty, folks. Well, we're gonna wrap things up here. Call it a night, and just don't foresee really too many other issues here through tonight. So we will close down the shop here for this one and catch you on the next one, essentially. So, but yeah, if you're traveling there on 57 southbound, I keep messing with that thing. I need to lock that thing down. We're still learning here, people. We're still learning. 57 southbound there. Look out that way. Storm is going to come into Mattoon, Charleston here tonight. Enjoy them. Sleep soundly out there, folks. And that's going to do it for us here on the... Yes, another round here. It's the same things just over and over and over again. Another round down there. Definitely getting a lot of water. But we wrap things up here for you on the live stream. Appreciate you guys joining us here once again. And we'll catch you again next time, folks. Have a good one.